conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's claws, the birth of Nimrod, and not the son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High.
Okay, Shalom Israel.
Shalom.
Welcome to another, well, back at you with another class of Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. Everybody, we are going to go ahead and start setting up the prayers. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get the link out. Like, share, subscribe. For all the brothers and sisters that are going to get this afterwards, we ask y'all that y'all like, share, subscribe, you know, get it out. And we're going to go ahead and our other channel is supposed to be up and running. Our other channel is supposed to be, Shalom, brother, how you doing? Our other channel is going to be up and running, man. If y'all don't know, they cut our other channel because, anywhere you want, brother. They cut our other channel because they wanted to, they gave us a strike on our channel. I guess one of our old, man, this show was like 6 years back. So they cut our other channel. So we're on this channel right now. This is just the acronym ISBHPK. And the other channel is the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. So y'all know the deal. Go through. If you have any questions, we got a lot of classes on there. You can get to a lot of new people. So you can go on there, share those videos, get that rolling if they have any questions. All right. If you don't know, we're at 8524 South Braeswood here in Houston, Texas. Okay. If you want classes in Albuquerque, you can get a hold of us. Albuquerque or San Antonio, get a hold of us. We are on the last day of the Feast of Tabernacles. It's going to be ending tonight. If you're local and you want to come join us, we're going to be, you can go ahead and get a hold of us with the number on the screen, okay, if you're local. All right. And if not, we hope you other brothers and sisters that have been partaking in the Feast of Tabernacles, we hope y'all been having a good feast. It's definitely been good for us. We left here late at night yesterday also feasting. One of the feasts were at the school. So it's been really good. Brotherhood, the unity. Let's see here. We also, if you want to, you know, a lot of people don't want to support yet, like give, you know, alms or whatever. But we do have a little oil business in the mall. If you want to get oils, we do have that. We have like, it's oils, soaps, Egyptian bottles and things of that nature. That's in First Colony Mall here in Houston, Texas. And if you want to order from us, once again, all you got to do is get a hold of us with the number on the screen, and you can do that also. Classes are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 10, Fridays from 6 to 9, and then, of course, Sabbath morning classes from 10 to 2. All right, and I'm just going over this why brothers and sisters get online, log in, get the link out. What else we got here? Kids class is Sundays 2 to 3. If you miss it, check out ISBHPK Kids. You can go on there and check that out. All right. We do finally got our local cable show back rolling. You know, we go with the there's a community access television down here in Houston, Texas, and it goes by Houston Media Source, and we've had a show there for a while. Last season we didn't get one, but we're back this season, so that's going to start in November. We finally got a date for that in November. We had to go through the whole program and all that stuff they got over there. It's not that much, man. They make us pay like, it's like they said we got $2 something a month, $2 something a year. So, or 6 months, I don't know. It's like $200 and some dollars. So it's not that bad. So we're gonna get that back rolling. That's for local brothers and sisters, and those we put online anyway. You know, our show locally is called The Hidden Truth, and we usually throw those up on YouTube anyway. All right, let's see here. We also, it's kind of gonna be skim here today, because we got a fair event. So they're at the mall, if you want to support that way, and then also at the fair, Rosenberg Fair. That's obviously for everybody local. All right, what else here? Please support Mashaba. He's on blogtalkradio.com/MASHAHBA, and that's Monday through Fridays from at 9:30 a.m. Monday through Fridays at 9:30 a.m. Okay, let me see here. Right. And once again, my name is Priest Kazake. My number is 281-707-2737. You can get a hold of me. You can get a hold of Quatzazop, Priest Quatzazop, 303-557-8979 if y'all have any questions. Now you can go on YouTube and ask questions during class. We're going to go over the reading today, but we're going to open up with open Sabbath prayers. And you also can email us at isbhbk@isbhbk.org. Okay? Once again, we'd like to thank all the brothers and sisters that do contribute, give any alms, offerings, or whatever you give. You know, brothers and sisters get books, pens, papers. We really appreciate that. They do come in handy, and all that information to be up there on the screen also. All right, other than that, just waiting to see here. We do our prayers online now because a lot of brothers and sisters had asked about them being online, so we wanna wait till everybody does that. Gets online, huh? What? Oh, the link in the camp text. Did that come through? She didn't send it through the camp text. Rob, send that out in the camp text, and we're gonna go ahead and start setting up these prayers real quick. And then we're going to reading. We're going to go into questions after reading. It looks like it's going to be a short, not a lot of reading today. Why? It's probably like that because it's the Feast of Tabernacles, and usually during the feast they do it's a small reading. So let's do that. Imagine Wapanya Hakodam, which is rise and face the east. Set up these prayers, and then we're going to go into the reading. Say it in English, you can say it in English. I mean, I'm going to say it in Hebrew, you can say it in English. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Hahawa'a.
Hawa'a.
Natalanawa.
Natalanawa.
A war.
A war.
Zayawam.
Zayawam.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives to us light this day. Thanks, so be it.
And the light, as he lights the candles, the light represents the wisdom. It represents Yahushai. He says he's the light of the world. Okay? So that's what the light represents. The candles we light every Sabbath. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Hahawa'a.
Hawa'a.
Natalanawa.
Natalanawa.
Rayach.
Rayach.
Nayachaka.
Nayachaka.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives to us sweet Savior. Thank you. So be it.
And that's talking about the incense. The scriptures tell you that our prayers go up before the Lord as incense. So when he adds the frankincense and myrrh, that's what the symbolic meaning is. So Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Hahawa'a.
Hawa'a.
Natalanawa.
Natalanawa.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Bashalom.
Bashalom.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, that gives to us the Sabbath in peace. Thanks, so be it.
Right. Is the Hebrew book right there? The Hebrew book. We're gonna read Psalms 121. Try that one. Yeah, that down right there. Psalms 121, and then we're gonna translate it into English. Anasha.
Anasha.
Ayenyam ya.
Ayenyam ya.
Ao.
Ao.
Ahoryam.
Ahoryam.
Ma'aya.
Ma'aya.
Yabawa'a.
Yabawa'a.
Izoria.
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 Wabawa'a.
Wabawa'a.
Excuse me. Yabawa'a.
Yabawa'a.
Mayahawa.
Mayahawa.
Sha'aisha.
Sha'aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanathan.
Yanathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regolia.
Regolia.
Yala'a.
Yala'a.
Nawam.
Nawam.
Shashawamar.
Shashawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shemaria.
Shemaria.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalia.
Tazalia.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Yam Yam Yad.
Yam Yam Yad.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
Yala'a.
Yala'a.
Akaya.
Akaya.
Bayawam.
Bayawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Halabana.
Halabana.
Balayala.
Balayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashemaria.
Yashemaria.
Mako.
Mako.
Rai.
Rai.
Yashemar.
Yashemar.
Napashia.
Napashia.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashemar.
Yashemar.
Awalakia.
Awalakia.
Wabawa'aya.
Wabawa'aya.
Ma'aitan.
Ma'aitan.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Aywalam.
Aywalam.
Aman.
Aman.
This is Psalms, chapter 121. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from which cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore.
Ba'ashem Yahawashi.
Ba'ashem Yahawashi.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
Shema Yashala.
Shema Yashala.
Yahweh Allahayanawa.
Yahweh Allahayanawa.
Yahweh Cha.
Yahweh Cha.
Shema Yashala.
Shema Yashala.
Yahweh Allahayanawa.
Yahweh Allahayanawa.
Yahweh Cha.
Yahweh Cha.
Shema Yashala.
Shema Yashala.
Yahweh Allahayanawa.
Yahweh Allahayanawa.
Yahweh Cha.
Yahweh Cha.
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord.
Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwathka.
Malakwathka.
Taba'ah.
Taba'ah.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Natalanawa.
Natalanawa.
Lachum.
Lachum.
Ko.
Ko.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Wasalachnawa.
Wasalachnawa.
Kawawathnawa.
Kawawathnawa.
Kasalachnawa.
Kasalachnawa.
Kawawathjanawa.
Kawawathjanawa.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Tabayanawa.
Tabayanawa.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abo.
Abo.
Hawashinawa.
Hawashinawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rad.
Rad.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwath.
Hamalakwath.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahata Pa'arath.
Wahata Pa'arath.
La'ai Walamyam.
La'ai Walamyam.
Aman.
Aman.
That was the Lord's Prayer. You will find that in Matthew chapter 6, starting with the 9th verse. After this manner, therefore pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. From thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Aman. Now we're going to say the 10 Commandments, and we're going to translate it also. Commandment 1. La'ah.
La'ah.
Yahaya.
Yahaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Acharyim.
Acharyim.
Alpanya.
Alpanya.
Thou shalt not have any other powers before me.
Number 2. La'ah.
La'ah.
Ta'aisha.
Ta'aisha.
Laka.
Laka.
Paso.
Paso.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Ta'ibadam.
Ta'ibadam.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Number 3. La'ah.
La'ah.
Talakwakath.
Talakwakath.
Shum.
Shum.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Basharwa.
Basharwa.
Thou shalt not take the Most High's name in vain.
Number 4. Zakar.
Zakar.
Hayawam.
Hayawam.
Hashabath.
Hashabath.
Lakwadashwa.
Lakwadashwa.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Number 5. Kabad.
Kabad.
Abaka.
Abaka.
Ya'amaka.
Ya'amaka.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Number 6. La'ah.
La'ah.
Tatazarach.
Tatazarach.
Thou shalt not murder.
Number 7. La'ah.
La'ah.
Tana'at.
Tana'at.
Thou shalt not steal.
Number 8.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Right. Number 7.
Number 8.
Number 8. La'ah.
La'ah.
Taganad.
Taganad.
Thou shalt not steal.
Number 9. La'ah.
La'ah.
Ta'aina.
Ta'aina.
Shakur.
Shakur.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Number 10. La'ah.
La'ah.
Tachamad.
Tachamad.
Ko.
Ko.
Asherah.
Asherah.
Lara'aika.
Laraika.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Bahasham Yahawashi.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
The water.
The water.
Tamyad.
Tamyad.
Aman.
Aman.
Yeshabim, which means to be seated.
All right. Let's go ahead and get it rolling. Let's get the reading. Once again, this looks like it's going to be a short reading, so if y'all got any questions afterwards, we're going to go ahead and go through your questions after we get the reading out of the way. We're starting in the reading Deuteronomy 33 verse 1. Yeah, you read it, and then we'll switch. 33 verse 1. So if you have any questions, brother, after we can go into it also. All right, read that, Deuteronomy 33 verse 1. You're going to read down to verse 7.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 verse 1.
No, you're good.
And this is the blessing wherewith Moses and the man of God blessed the children of Israel before his death. And he said, the Lord came from Sinai and rose up from Seir unto them. He shined forth from Mount Paran, and he came with 10,000s of saints.
This is a very important scripture right here, because obviously Moses he's taking a recount of what happened to Israel. But he points out something here, and he said the Lord came down from Sinai. The Lord, we know, is Yahweh Shai, which they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, right? Okay, he came down to Mount Sinai, but it's telling you how he came down. Okay, go ahead. It says he shined forth round about Paran, and he came with 10,000s of his saints. So that mountain, that quake, and that was dark, that they couldn't touch, there was nothing but angels on this mountain. Okay, so just keep that in mind. There was nothing but angels on this mountain. Go ahead.
From his right.
Go
ahead.
What did he do? Go ahead.
From his right hand went a fiery law for them. Yeah, he loved the people, and all his saints are in thy hand. And they sat down at thy feet. Every one shall receive of thy words. Moses commanded us a law, even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob. And he was king in Jeshurun, when the heads of the people of the tribes of Israel were gathered together.
Did y'all catch it? What you catch?
About the inheritance?
No, read 4 again.
And Moses commanded us a law, even the inheritance of the congregation of Jacob.
He was king.
That's what it said.
In verse 5.
Right. You see, but, you know, they didn't go by that name.
Right.
You know, but it was known that Moses was the head. Right? Go ahead.
Let Reuben live and not die. And let not let his men be few.
Right. So this goes with also Genesis 49, just showing you about the prophecies that was going to take on the tribes. Right? Let Reuben what?
Let Reuben live.
Right. And the tribe of Reuben is the Seminole Indians.
That's right.
Right? Which I happen to be a tribe of Reuben, Seminole Indians. Go ahead.
And not die. And let not his men be few.
Right? Because when you look at the white man coming over here to America and how they did the Seminole Indians, right? The Most High is like, okay, I'm not going to let Reuben or the Native Americans be reduced to rubble. Right? Now, you take this prophecy back to ancient prophecy, you know, Reuben messed up. So the Most High, his father demoted him, the Most High demoted him, and Judah took the head tribe, okay, because Reuben was the firstborn son. But he was demoted because he slept with one of his father's concubines, which is a no-no. Right? Obviously. So you got the ancient prophecy that physically touched the physical person of Reuben, and then you have the prophecy that happened down the line and all these things that happened to the tribe of Reuben and his seed. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7. And this is the blessing of Judah.
Right.
And he said, hear, Lord, the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people.
Get that?
Let his hand be sufficient for him.
Right. Let his hand be sufficient for him, because why? Judah was going to have to work. The so-called Negroes have built up America. The so-called Negroes have came up. Remember when we pulled out that invention chart?
Right. Yeah.
Where they made all these inventions. The so-called Negroes made all inventions that were stolen by the so-called white man. So, talking about the tribe of Judah, he had to work. His hands was going to be sufficient for him. right? He was going to build. Even now, Judah's still having to work. Go ahead.
And bring him unto his people,
Uh-huh.
and let his hand be sufficient for him, and be thou an help to him from his enemies.
You see that? So how is the tribe of Judah, how is the tribe of Judah succeeding? What?
That's all the Most High.
No, but they had to work.
Oh, okay.
The tribe of Judah had to work. Like, look at them. Like, you know, look at where the so-called black man is even. Because this goes with Genesis 49. I'm not going to jump back, but it goes into where it says Judah, his hand should be in the neck of his enemies. So what did it take Judah to get in the political system? It took work. It took sitting in the back of the bus, sprayed with water, beaten, hung, right? Now, I mean, Lord knows why you would want to sit anywhere around the heathen. It was way better when we was able to do our own thing. But once again, we got to think higher thoughts, right? The Most High had to make it go that way. Because what was going to take place, it needed to go like it is now. For us to have freedom of speech, right? It needed to go to this level. So, but what did it take for the tribe of Judah? Work. It took marches, getting beat upside the head. Yeah, huh? A little rebellion. But it took work. And how did they get it? Building America. I always say the so-called black man built America, and the so-called Mexican man is finishing the work. And that's real, man. The so-called Negro built America, and the tribe of Issachar is finishing it up. They're maintaining it. You know, so shame on the white man and these Americans and these heathens that are talking about the black man and the Mexican man is lazy. You sons of... we built America. What are you talking about? So this is what it means, that was going to be his help, his work. How is the black man acknowledged here in America? You're acknowledged because you working. Oh, he's successful. Look at him. He's smart. Why? Because you had to work. They only acknowledge you when you're a good slave, when you're a good servant.
Good.
You know what I mean? Otherwise, they ain't like, oh, he's the scumbag in society. Like, what are you talking about? Look at all these corporations. Yeah, watch it when y'all come in. It's gonna be wet. We gotta keep the mop there, right? We don't want nobody to bust their butt. They gonna bust their butt right there. Keep the dry mop over there. But you gotta see what it's saying here in Deuteronomy. These prophecies not only hit Judah, the physical tribe or the physical man Judah, but this is also lingering to his descendants. And really, when you go over these tribes, you go over Genesis 49 and you go over Deuteronomy 33, and you link them together, just showing the current prophecies that befell the tribes. Okay? Go ahead. Oh, verse 7. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be a short reading. The next brother is going to come and read down at 8 verse 14. Let me see how many we have here. We're one short, so you can read one more. Read down to verse 14, and then we should just be able to do every brother. Okay? Really, it's supposed to be 7 brothers coming up, right? And then they read, and right now we're short a few brothers. We got a few events around the city, so go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 8.
Uh-huh.
And Levi, and of Levi.
Right,
said,
Levi, we know as who? The Haitians. Okay? That word Haiti comes from hell. Right? Why? Because when they went to this land that the Haitians, right, or the tribe of Levi was at, they were dealing with a lot of witchcraft. And they gave the French hell. So it was called Haiti. That's where it comes from. Haiti comes from hell. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And when you go back to Genesis 49, it says, the instruments of cruelty. Well, what do we know about the tribe of Levi? Right? The tribe of Levi. And of course we can go, and I'm doing that. I'm going through all the tribes. I just posted the tribe of Issachar first. And the reason why we went with tribe of Issachar first is because a lot of people were trying to say the Mexicans aren't Israelites. So what I did is I went historically, archaeology, a little anthropology, and we went into the scriptures and showed that the tribe of Issachar is of the nation of Israel. So we're going to go through all these tribes. I'm going through all these tribes, and we're going to do a show on it. That show was specifically 2 hours. So the reason I'm saying that is because there's a lot of information to bring out on these tribes. So I'm just skimming over it now, just for the reading's sake. But we're going to go over all this in detail with archaeology, history, and anthropology. It's needed because a lot of people, well, how do you know that? Well, we got books that tell you about the tribe of Levi, Issachar, Judah, history books. You know what I mean? A lot of our brothers over there in Africa, they say we're the tribe of Levi. Tell you straight out. So it's information like this that I'm going to be coming out with. But these shows take, like I said, the Issachar show, if you go on the Israelite School of Biblical History Practical Knowledge, our main channel, we bring out a lot of information on that, a real lot. So I'm just skimming over it now for the reading's sake, all right? So Levi was the priest, was chosen as a priesthood, right? We know that Levi wasn't given they weren't given a land. When he divided all the lands up, Levi was to dwell amongst the people. Why? Because you needed a priest everywhere at all times. So that's why Levi was chosen for the priesthood. But now modern day, when you bring it up all the way, as Levi was stripped of the priesthood, one thing they did keep connected was being connected to the spirit. They turned that into wickedness. That's why they do over there in Haiti, they do what? Raising the dead. Right? Yeah. What?
My older brother went on a mission trip to Haiti.
Yeah.
And he said that every time of the night, like at 3 in the morning,
yeah,
all the dogs would start be howling at one time. And he said the people that was with him was like, oh yeah, they doing, it's like normal, they doing witchcraft. Yeah,
they doing witchcraft. Well, because Levi, like all the tribes, went negative and start to use that power for wickedness. So, go ahead, read on.
Let thy Thummim
and thy Thummim,
and thy Urim be with thy Holy One.
Right, because originally the priests, the Urim and Thummim were like two little dice. And the Most High would, when they would cast a lot, okay, according to the lot, the Most High would choose it. So the Urim and Thummim was like that. And that's how they would get answers from the Most High. So this is the connection, remember, and we talk about this a lot. The original connection in the garden was what? The Most High said he talked with Adam and Eve. But then that was cut. The actual voice of the Most High, we're hearing it. Like your conscience hears, but it's not as loud as it used to be in the Garden of Eden. Then it went from the Garden of Eden, it went to angels. Angels would actually come down, right? And communicate with you. Then he cut that off. He said, okay, I'm only going to communicate with the prophets, or known as the seers. Right? Then he cut that off, right? And then Levi. Levi would communicate with the Most High in certain ways. Then he cut that off, and he says what? Now you got to face the east. You put up your hands, and you got to pray and have faith that the Most High is hearing you. But one of these times was the Urim and Thummim. It was the way Levi, the priest, communicated with the Most High.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Is the Temple of Solomon still there? Like, do they still have that in Israel?
from what we researched and heard, also is that it's not the real temple. Yeah, it's not the real temple. Just like Jerusalem, the actual Jerusalem is not the original Jerusalem. They moved it. So yeah, go ahead.
Whom thou didst prove to Messiah, and with whom thou didst strive at the waters of Meribah.
Right. Because you got Levites that came up against Moses. Korah and Dathan, they were Levites, and they were salty. They were salty because Moses was chosen, and Aaron, and they felt like they could be chosen too.
Who made you Lord over me?
Right, exactly. So Levi had a little incident there. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Who said unto his father and to his mother, I have not seen him. Neither did he acknowledge his brother.
Right.
Nor knew his own children. For they have observed thy word and kept thy covenant.
Right.
They shall teach Jacob thy judgments.
Right, because they were going to be the lawgivers. Go ahead.
And Israel thy law.
Right.
They shall put incense before thee.
Right.
And whole burnt sacrifices upon thine altar.
And if you've been paying attention to Sabbath class, we went over all that. Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Leviticus, and now we're in the end of Deuteronomy. Go ahead.
Bless Lord his substance,
Uh-huh.
and accept the work of his hands. Smite through the loins of them that raise against him,
Right.
and of them that hate him, that they rise not again.
Listen, Levi gave them hell. The Haitians gave the French hell. That's why they call Haiti. You understand? So the Most High, you know, you can see, obviously they were still conquered, but they didn't just go out like, you know, other tribes. Other tribes got beat to a pulp, but the Haitians gave the French hell. Yeah.
The white man is still saucy because to this day, nations are forbidden to trade with Haiti.
That's right.
You can't even trade with
There you go.
That's why it's so poor.
Yeah. So, you know, like I said, all that information, we're going to come out in its entirety, you know, and I'm trying to save a lot of it, a lot of these tribes information for because you coming out with it in whole, with all the information, is how we're going to be able to educate. Because a lot of people, they're like, well, how'd you get that? You got to pull like a lot of history and archaeology about the people. A lot of anthropology about where these people come from. You need that. Because a lot of people don't understand that, yeah, we go by faith. We can read it and be like, yeah, but people, you know, Israel, man, they need the information. Yeah, the Jews require a sign. They want you to pull up relics. They want you to pull up, and that's fine too. Because the problem is a lot of these tribes, they think you can't just come up with this. You know, we got our elders, when you go back to the 70s, have gotten the information, and the information is undisputable. So just like I said about the tribe of Issachar, bro, the books we put on the tribe of Issachar, it straight out said the Mexicans are of the tribe of Issachar. Like what else do you need, you know, on that? So we're going to do the same thing with these other tribes. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
And
of Benjamin he said,
right.
The beloved of the Lord shall dwell in safety by him.
Right.
And the Lord shall cover him.
What we should have did is, what does Reuben mean? Who knows? Yeah. Ra'alban in Hebrew. And see, it's a son. Right? What does Levi mean? How do you say Levi in Hebrew? Loya. Loya, which means what? Loya.
That means the Lord's push.
Nah.
Lawgiver.
Right. And now, when you look at Loya, what does it sound like? Lawyer. Right, because they're the lawgivers. Right? Well, not these beasts, but you get it, right? They stole that because they're the lawgivers. Loya. So lawyers, lawgivers, right? So then we got Benjamin. How do you say Benjamin in Hebrew? Ban, Yam, Yan. Brothers get that wrong. That's why I'm pronouncing it. Ban, Yam, Yan. Ban, Yam, Yan, which is Benjamin. And what is Benjamin in? What does it mean? Son of the right. Son of the right. So, all right, go ahead. So Benjamin, go ahead.
And the beloved of the Lord shall dwell in safety by him. And the Lord shall cover him all the day long.
Right.
And he shall dwell between his shoulders.
You know what's funny? Going over there to Trinidad, they would say that we would, because there was storms and everything, right? And we would say, dang, nothing, there's no storms that hit Trinidad? They said no. They said they would, yeah, they said they would go around Trinidad. These storms, all these storms that hit like last year, that's probably going to hit this year too. They would say God is with Trinity, right? God with Trinity. Why? Because those storms, they don't hit over there. Not saying it's not going to happen, but you know, when it's talking about Benjamin, the Most High is with him. You know, the Most High is with them. You know, once again, you need Genesis 49, because some of these prophecies are vague, right? But you need all the information. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And of Joseph he said, blessed of the Lord be his land.
Right, so we know Joseph, okay, is not, when you look at Revelation 7, you don't read of Joseph. Right? When you read about the 12 tribes of Israel, the latter end, the 144,000, you don't read of the tribe of Joseph. Why? Who knows? What?
Because it shows his two sons.
It shows his two sons. Tell me about his two sons. What happened?
They got adopted. Manasseh and Ephraim got adopted by Israel.
Into the tribes.
Into
right. So what Joseph and Manasseh, Ephraim and Manasseh took the place of Joseph. Okay? So, you know, we touch on all of this. I'm, once again, just going over it in the reading, getting y'all the basic knowledge of it. And then when we go over the tribes, you're going to get the scriptures and everything to back up what is being said. I mean, and that's really that. It's simple. It's just Joseph, Ephraim and Manasseh took their father's stead. Okay? All right. You was going to say something?
That was in Revelations. It gave it to one of them, though. To Manasseh.
Yeah.
It don't have Ephraim in one of the Revelation.
You talking about the 12 gates?
No. I'm talking about the 144,000, though. Yeah, the 144,000. I'm talking about when it lists all the tribes. I'm speaking from that perspective. Go ahead.
For the precious things of heaven, for the dew.
What verse you at?
13.
Read it again.
And of Joseph he said, blessed of the Lord be his land. For the precious things of heaven, for the dew.
Right, and when you look at the original land of the Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans, and the Mexican, and the Cubans, excuse me, the land was beautiful until the so-called white man came there and slaughtered them. Right? It says when they seen the island of Hispaniola, it said the kids were playing with rubies as marbles. So the land was good. Go ahead.
And for the deep that coucheth beneath. Verse 14.
Right, and for the deep that crouches beneath. Go ahead.
And for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun.
Right.
And for the precious things put forth by the moon.
Right. This is showing you about just the land, that the land is fruitful just like, really just like Ephraim, just like Manasseh. Go ahead. Oh, that's it. Next reader. Okay, Mark.
Mark, Shabbat Tashah, Ban,
No, Shabbat Tashah.
Shabbat Tashah,
Uh-huh.
Ban, Yam,
Banyamyan. Banyamyan.
Ban Yam Yam,
Uh-huh.
Yahweh, or is it?
Right.
Let's do it
Start it again.
Mark, Shabbat Tashah, Ban Yam Yam,
Banyashala.
Ban Yashala. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah. Oh, I was supposed to repeat it. Mark, Shabbat Tashah, Banyamyan, Ban Yashala. Then we salute. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah. All right. Yeah, helping you. I forgot. No, it's all good. Yeah, gotta get those tribes down. Gotta get the tribes down. All right, so we're at Deuteronomy 33, verse 15, right? It's going to be a quick reading, y'all. So if y'all have any questions, write them down, and then we'll go into them after class. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 15.
Yeah.
And for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and for the precious things of the lasting hills. 16. And for the precious things of the earth, and fullness thereof, and for the goodwill of him that dwelt in the bush. Let the blessing come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated from his brother. 17. His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth. And they are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh.
Right. You see that? Because Ephraim and Manasseh took their place. Go ahead.
18. And of Zebulun he said, rejoice.
Zebulun. What tribe is Zebulun?
I guess Salvadorans,
Guatemala to Panama. The tribe of Zebulun. Okay. Zabalawan in Hebrew. Right? And what is Zebulun? What?
My dwelling.
My dwelling. Zebulun. Go ahead.
Rejoice, Zebulun, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents.
Right, because over there in South America, what do you have? You have Israel, Issachar in thy tents, right? You have all the tribes in that area, right? The so-called Spanish-speaking tribes, right? We know why they speak Spanish, though. That's not your original language.
That's right.
But they're just showing you where their dwelling place. Not only ancient, when you look at an ancient biblical map, but also now, today. You see how it's like those tribes are still around each other from the ancient tribe map to now. The Most High still had them come together. Okay, and once again, it kind of just skims over. It doesn't go into too much detail. Go ahead.
19.
They
shall call the people unto the mountain. There they shall offer sacrifices of righteousness. For they shall suck of the abundance of the seas, and of treasures hid in the sand.
Right. Go ahead.
20. And of Gad he said,
Gad, which is the North American Indians. Then you got all your Indian tribes, Navajo, Blackfoot, Apache. Man, they got so many native, like, I got a list of all the native, so-called Native Americans, North American Indian tribes. It's a lot. It's a lot. But those are the North American Indians. Go ahead.
Blessed be he that enlargeth Gad.
Yeah, because Gad, the North American Indians, had North America. Like, they had, think about how much land the North American Indians had before the so-called white man came here. A lot. No, a lot of riding, man. They had horses. What's up?
I was going to say, it even stretched into Canada.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. It stretched into Canada. So, let's not get it twisted. Gad was enlarged until the so-called white man came here, and it says a troop, I think that's in Genesis 49, it said a troop shall overcome them. So, go ahead.
He dwelleth as a lion.
Right.
And teareth the arm.
He dwelleth as a lion. Why? Because he roams. Right? Nomad. He was a nomad at one time. Moving. You know, when you research about the North American Indians, They would move with the food. You know, and that's not saying that Gad didn't have damn places to stay. You know, like actual lands, you know, inhabited. Because the white man don't tell you that too. They act like Gad was just running around butt naked all the time. No. We had America, like you said, some of Canada before the white man. So Gad would roam like the lion. Also, when they would paint their faces, they would paint their faces in war and roar like lions. Because it would put fear in the people and the people that they were finna go to war with. Go ahead.
And teareth the arm with the crown of the head.
Right. They used to do that back in the days. They used to tear the arm, and they had they would be a blood brother pack. And that's how you would do it. You would tear the arm, and you would make this blood pack. Go ahead.
21. And he provided the first part for himself, because there, in a portion of the lawgiver, he seated, and he came with the heads of the people. He executed the justice of the Lord in his judgments with Israel.
Right. So now, remember, ancient, but also when you bring it up modern, think about Gad. Gad still, when you go, man, I got so much information on the North American Indians. But when the so-called white man came over here to America, they were actually still praying to Yahweh. Now, I'm going to throw this in here, just a little Hebrew in here, to show you that no one man came up with the dialect of Hebrew. When the Gadites were praying to Yahweh, did they say Yahshua, like the so-called Jews, or did they say Yah? There you go. That's how you know the Hebrew we're speaking is not some made up, we just made that up. Nah, man, it's written on some stones. But also the North American Indians, they would say, ya, ya, ha, 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 wa. They would actually say it. This is written down. Facts, evidence. So you can see that our people were still trying to keep the law until Gad lost it. Until, you know, a lot of misconceptions about the North American Indians is that they were worshiping the sun, moon, and stars. That's not the case. It went there. It probably went there over time, them varying from the commandments. But originally, man, it was just, they would worship the one true God, right? But they would respect what he made. It wasn't that they were serving everything and until obviously they went off, just like the other, just like the tribe of Issachar, right? But originally, that's not what happened. So, the North American Indians, Gad, go ahead.
22. And of Dan, he said, Dan is a lion's whelp.
Right.
He shall leap from Bashan.
Right. So Dan, you know, really, there's not a lot of information about Dan. And as you go to the New Testament, in the 144,000, Dan is not there. So a lot of people, well, what would happen to Dan? I'm not trying to fill in any gaps. The scriptures don't talk about him. So it don't say nothing. They didn't become a full tribe. Because if they would have, he would have said in Revelation they would have been saved too, right? So Dan didn't flourish into a full tribe. They were here. We know them during the time of Judges. But other than that, you don't hear a lot about Dan. So that's it. Go ahead.
23. And of Naphtali, he said.
Oh, that's it on that? Okay, next reader. Next reader. Haram, you want to read? Once again, very quick reading, y'all. It's probably like that because it's the Feast of Tabernacles. And I'm going to say it again, if y'all local, if y'all want to come join us for the feast, the end of the feast, you can go ahead and hit us up with the number on the screen, and then we'll give you the location. Go ahead,
Aron, Shabbat Shah, Yahawada, Ban Yasharala,
Haram Shabbatashar Yahawadah Ban Yasha'ala.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakatam. And all they're saying when they come up is just their name. They're like stating their registry. He's saying, I'm Haram. I'm of the tribe of Judah, of the nation of Israel. That's all he's saying. All right. So we're at verse 23.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 23. And of Naphtali he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with favor, and full with the blessing of the Lord.
Right.
Possess thou the west and the south. 24.
Right. So Naphtali, Naphthalia in Hebrew, and Naphtali was Naphtali. Who are they today? Who are the tribe of Naphtali today? Argentina to Chile. Okay. And I know y'all saying, well, when you go over to Argentina, there's a lot of pale-ass Argentinians, but they still Israel. Y'all got to understand, we got raped. Israel got raped thoroughly by the Spanish. So you got to understand that a lot of them over there, yeah, some of them are in Israel, but you got the original inhabitants are Israelites. Yeah.
People be ignorant, like there were light-skinned slaves on the ships. But you gotta think.
Yeah.
We were like, even today, like our men love to mix and mingle above. Like that's how we were. That's when our spirit.
Yeah.
So there was light-skinned, people.
Yeah.
But people think everybody's like, you supposed to be,
dark.
Like,
Yeah, there were light-skinned Israelites, of course, no doubt. But Esau went in there, the Spanish, the conquistadors, they went over there and murdered and slaughtered and raped the women over there. So you can see over time, even looking at the pictures of the Argentinians and Chileans, they were dark. They're still over there a dark-skinned people over there, right? But you got to watch it because a lot of brothers, those are the original ones, but the light-skinned ain't. Stop it. There are light-skinned Israelites, and there's still a lot of light-skinned Israelites over there, as well as the dark-skinned ones. So Argentina to Chile. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 24. And of Asher he said.
Asher, Ashar in Hebrew, right? Oh, what does Naphtali mean?
My wrestling.
Naphtali means my wrestling. My wrestling. Okay? And Asher means what?
Happy.
Oh, happy.
Happy. Right?
So you said Naphtali means wrestling?
My wrestling.
My wrestling.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So remember all his sons, and when we were given Hebrew names, it was a moment, something happened, right? Something significant happened, right? It was to honor some. We weren't just given names like, what's his name? DeAndre. Like, what does DeAndre mean? You have no idea. It don't mean nothing. Oh, it's Swahili. Like, what the hell you mean Swahili? You don't know Swahili. But our names actually meant something in Hebrew. So a lot of people ask that too.
Like with Isaac when he was born.
Yeah.
It means laughter.
Right. Sarah laughed. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. So it was things like that, significant moments that our Hebrew names came from. So a lot of people ask, well, how do y'all pick y'all Hebrew names? Well, you don't want to just throw them in a hat and then be like, who are you? Killer priest for the Most High, Ba'Shem Yahushai. Right, but you're still getting high. You can't be killer priest because you're getting high. You know what I mean? You're still drinking yourself into oblivion. You know what I mean? You're a killer priest. No, you gotta kill that old man, priest. Right? So this is how our names came about. So as we're reading the names, know that there were significant moments and periods and when these names, when these children were named. So Asher means, I mean, obviously in Jacob's moment in time, they were happy, right? As opposed to, other moments it might not have been, right? So Asher means happy. Okay, go ahead. And Asher today is who? To Colombia, to Uruguay. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I met a. This is Colombia, Uruguay is over there is Ecuador. And I met some Ecuadorians back in the days. I was like, they look like Edomites. Ecuadorians. My rib, she's from Ecuador. Well, she got family from Ecuador. She's from Colombia. But yeah, once again, light skin. Light skin because the white man went over there and murdered and slaughtered them. And her dad is a straight Uncle Tom. This dude loves Trump. You know what I mean? He loves Bush. He's the one that said, first of all, this dude came over here as an immigrant. Now he talks about immigrants, talking about they got to do it the right way. Serious. This dude snuck over here. But that's our people, man. They love being up the white man's bum. All right, Asher, Colombia to Uruguay. Go ahead.
Verse 24. And of Asher he said, let Asher be blessed with children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren.
Right.
And let him dip his foot in oil.
Right, because you're talking about Colombia to Uruguay, the oil that's there, the land that's good. But just like all these different lands, man, Esau come and do what? Take it over, monopolize it, or he puts sanctions on you so you won't become rich and wealthy and successful. Like Venezuela, exactly. Another thing about Trinidad, we were talking about the asphalt. It's supposed to be the asphalt place, right? But they got the terrible roads over there. So what does a white man do? He goes over to Trinidad, pays you in Trini money, right? Tries to pay you in Trinidad money. But what makes you work over here in America? They do that a lot. So they take advantage of our people, man, in all these lands. So the land is good. He was going to dip his foot in oil. Go ahead.
Verse 25. Thy shoes shall be iron and brass.
Right.
And as thy days, so shall thy strength be.
Right, because what was going to come from the earth? The iron and brass. Right? So he's just telling you about the land, what was going to yield forth. Go ahead.
Verse 26.
You said what?
No, I was saying they got a lot of resources.
There are a lot of natural resources over there. Go ahead.
There is none like unto the God of Jeshurun.
Right. Jeshurun means uprightful one, and that was referring to the children of Israel. So the Most High, in the other scripture, he says, 32 over there, he says, Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. So it just means, Israel was supposed to be the uprightful one, right? So this is a name that is referred to as the children of Israel. Go ahead.
Who rideth upon the heaven in thy help, and in his excellency on the sky. Verse 27.
Talking about the Most High. Go ahead.
The eternal power is thy refuge.
Right.
And underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee.
See, this is what you call a promise. And I got a class going over all the promises that was made that cannot be undone. So the Most High said that he was going to thrust out the enemies. That's a promise that has not yet came to pass. When you look historically, the enemies are still amongst the children of Israel. The enemies are still in your land. See, They're still in our lands. They're still among you. They're still whooping you. They still are over you. So this is a promise that has to come to pass. Go ahead.
And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. Verse 28. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone.
Yeah.
The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine.
Right, because I like verse 28. They shall dwell in their land alone. When you go to Isaiah 60, it tells you that our gates are going to be open and continually, that the forces of Gentile be brought. But they ain't going to be in the gates. They going to come to the gates, bring the goods, right? And knowing Jerusalem, the power and the beauty of that city, we probably going to have like Jerusalem, and then the gates is like all the way out here. To where you don't, it says no unclean thing shall enter the city of Jerusalem.
That's right.
So we're going to dwell, our land is going to be, Jerusalem is going to be for us alone. And I'm going to say this, I said it again when we went over this, that we're going to rule the earth. Every part of the earth we're going to rule, but our land is going to be Jerusalem. So that's not saying if you want to go outside of Jerusalem, which I don't see why. Why would you want to be outside of Jerusalem when the land is going to be paved with gold and the gates are going to be with what did it say, rubies and pearls. But if you did want to go to anywhere outside of Jerusalem, right, you're gonna be able to dwell anywhere. Okay, so just to throw that out there. But it says we're gonna dwell in safety alone. Go ahead.
The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine.
Right, because that represents what?
The blessing that Isaac gave too.
There you go. The blessing, and it represents wealth, right? Which you know, corn and wine. You know, well, you know what the corn is for. Basically substance, right? And that wine is there. Why? Because it's rejoicing, right? Go ahead.
Also, his heavens shall drop down dew.
Right. Why? Because the Most High is going to bless the land. Go ahead.
Verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee.
Yeah, and in that day, it's going to be found that these people that call themselves the Jews, the Israelites, liars. They're going to be shown for what they are, that heathens. I mean, people that study and read books, we know that they're not the Jews. You know, that day is just going to be the icing on the cake for us, but we know they ain't the Jews. But there's a lot of people that still think they're the Jews. They'll tell you they're not the Jews. They'll tell you, oh yeah, we're Germans. Our father comes from Germany, or, you know, Russia. Yeah. Right. Yeah, they'll tell you themselves. But once again, you got to read. Our people ain't reading and getting this information. So they still believe the lie.
They don't understand what the scriptures say about being blessed. Blessed he that readeth.
Right? Come, man. Our people, think about it, man. Our people do not read. They're not sitting down and getting in books and studying. And man, I was reading. Oh man, because the next tribe I'm going over is the tribe of Judah, and I'm reading that nature knows no color line. Man, and this guy was, bro, the information he drops in there. I mean, I've had that book. I've known of this book since the beginning of me putting in works in the truth since 16 years old. I'm finna be 41. But that book, man, wow. A lot of information, man. He drops books in there that quotes, you know, these are Greek historians telling you the Israelites look like the Egyptians. The Jews look like the Egyptians. Now this is history telling you that the Israelites, the Jews, were black. So when it says you're like the Ethiopians unto me, it meant you're dark. But now you got a historian, a white Greco-Roman historian telling you the same thing. When they looked at the Jews, they were black. And I was just like, man, I was like, he quoted the book. And I was like, man, I got to find this book. This book is $380. Anything with knowledge. I was like, damn, I got to find this book. Because I want the actual book that he quoted it from. You know, but yeah, the book is $380. But it's about information, it's about studying. We know the word is true, but once again, the Jews require a sign. You know, when I came in, I read Christ is dark skinned, Solomon is dark, Job is dark. You know, they were called Niger. That was good enough for me. But that's not good enough for the doubters and faithless. You got to generate a Facebook generation. Well, it don't say that. But, you know, that was talking about the affliction they were catching. Okay, well, let me show you in history now. Let me show you the archaeology they pulled up. Here, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. You know what I mean? You got to constantly pull all this information to shut people up. So, which is all good. The scriptures say prove all things. Right? And the scriptures, another scripture I put in dealing with the Issachar class, it says the earth shall help the woman. So a lot of the archaeology that comes from the earth is going to help us. Yeah.
I was going to say, that's so true how you say like, the Jews required signs.
Yeah.
I was listening to the Gospels at work over the past week. And that's how Thomas was. Thomas, he was telling them, I'm not going to believe it until I see it.
Yeah, I got to see it.
I want to stick my finger in the hole to make sure it's in.
I got to do all that. You ain't going to believe all these works that he did. But that's how Israel is. And then you got on Facebook, you got the so-called Jews feeding a lot of these idiots online that the so-called Negroes are Africans. That's coming back. Remember, everything make a 360. So they starting to teach that madness now. Y'all not the Jews, you're Africans.
I put a post on Instagram and Facebook yesterday showing African apologizing to Israel for selling them into slavery.
Because the Africans know we're not the same people. But see, that's why you need the history, the archaeology, and anthropology. You need those things because a lot of people need to see the relics pulled up to be able to say, wait a minute. When you look at the Israelites or the Assyrians taking Israelites in captivity, ain't no white man got damn cornrows. Exactly. You look at those relics, you know what I mean, of being chiseled into the wall. Tell me what white man got thick cornrows going back down his head. Stop it. Just stop it. But it's things like that you need archaeology to pull up to be able to say, look at how they looked. Not what they painted, not what the images painted, because they painted the likenesses of their images. So once again, I'm gonna go. We gonna kill that noise on that. But there's so much information that when I do the show, I want to just throw everything in. That's why that one show was 2 hours. I want to just keep flooding them with information that they cannot run from. All right, so go ahead, read on, finish it up. 29.
Yeah, I gotta bring that back one more time. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee.
Right.
And thou shalt tread upon their high places.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what the enemy's doing. 1 minute, 2 years back, the Mexicans ain't Israelites. Now it's like the so-called Negroes ain't Israelites. Like, they try to destroy everything that's been established of you being the true Jews and the chosen people. They're going to be found liars. Go ahead. All right, that's it on that? All right, so, Lakara.
Good.
Lakarab, Shamatashal, Banyamyan, Ban Yashrala.
Lakarab, Shamatashal, Banyamyan, Ban Yashala.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Rakatham.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai Rakatham. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're at, Joshua 1, verse 1 down to verse 7.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 34, verse 1.
Yeah.
And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo, to the top of Pisgah that is over against Jericho. And the Lord showed him all the land of Gilead unto Dan, and all Naphtali, and the land of Ephraim, and Manasseh, and all the land of Judah unto the utmost sea, and the south, and the plain of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees unto Zoar. And the Lord said unto him, This is the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. I have caused thee to see it with thine own eyes, but thou shalt not go over thither. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord. And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, over against Beth Peor. But no man knoweth of his sepulchre unto this day. And Moses was 120 years old when he died.
Wait. Yeah, it only had. Oh, you read Deuteronomy 34. Yeah, you're supposed to be at Joshua 1:1. Yeah. Because truthfully, if y'all get, it's called portions, because we already actually read that. We actually read that part. So it gives you portions, but you end up reading it all. So we're at Joshua 1:1. That's what you're reading. You're reading Joshua 1:1 down to verse 7.
Okay. Joshua chapter 1, verse 1. Now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses my servant is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give to them.
Right. Yeah, and I know we beat it and we constantly bring this up, but we got to, because a lot of brothers don't get it, is that the Most High do deal with men. He has chosen men, and he said that 7,000 men have not bowed to the knee of Baal.
Good.
There's an elect that have not sold out, that are going to be just, that are going to be righteous. You understand?
Good.
So, brothers, trust not in man. We know that. That means that for man to do the works of God that he's supposed to do. But there were still righteous men. Moses was righteous. You understand?
God.
So they still work with Moses, dealt with Moses, respect Moses. So you get that a lot. The brothers trust not in man too. So that means you can disrespect men. You can disrespect brothers. You don't have to be brotherly. That's not what trust not in man means. Trust not in man means that the works that God does, man can't do. But you still a brother. You're still in unity. You still build brotherhood. You still deal with respect. So, just showing you that the Most High dealt with Moses. Moses had a protege, and it was Joshua. Right? Elisha had a protege. Elijah had a protege, which was Elisha. Right? And so forth and so on. So you had men dealing with men, cultivating men. And it was that way because everybody wasn't crooked. That's how Israel be looking like. Everybody's underhanded. Not everybody. There's some brothers that stand for righteousness, stand for the truth. And that's what we got to do. But in order to do that, you got to have integrity. You got to have integrity. One of the main things, you got to understand is obviously you as a brother, you're working to put off the old man and put on the new man, right? But, to be a leader, to be a teacher, one of the main things, a few of the main things you need is you got to have enough integrity to know when I start teaching, it can't be about me. It can't be about some vainglory. Two, and with the vainglory, you can't be selfish. Because if you're selfish or self-willed,
then your intentions are going to be about you and not about the congregation or the flock. You see that? So these men that were chosen, they had integrity. 3, you can't be once again self-willed. You can't be, oh, I'm going to bang every chick in the congregation. I can't be looking at the sisters in the school, everyone that come in, yeah, she like me. You can't be like that. See? And I'm saying that because you got to think about yourself and ask yourself, what issues do I have? Am I still, is my issue still, and I'm saying this for all the brothers, but we got a lot of young brothers here that their mind still is on women. Bro, that's why you got to mature. Because think about it. You got brothers that can teach good, right? That can speak good. But if their mind is steady on women, what are they going to do when they start teaching? Oh, man, she looking at me. For real, bro. I'm the head priest. You can't be like that. You see that? If they're self-willed, self-motivated, when a brother or sister is in need, and you're going to do like, Pastor, give me more money. Oh, you need, but I'm not going to be there for you. You see? When it's time for you to lose and sacrifice, you're not going to be there. Why? Because you didn't learn these essential elements within yourself. See, there's certain traits you need to be a leader. If you don't learn these, then what happens is when you get in that position, you got a lot of brothers that what? Power trip, money hungry, selling women's virginity. I ain't gonna name no names. You got those things. Brothers selling sisters virginity. They selling their dowries. Why? Because you tripping. So, and I'm saying that because to say it again, you got a lot of young brothers. You got to ask yourself, what is still your hang up? If every time you come in and we talking and you bringing up women, it's like, you see you got a long way to go because your first conversation shouldn't be, man, like, what's your mind on? A woman or the Most High? You see this? That's why your mind can't be on that. When you finally get to start teaching, your mind got to be in the right place, or else you're going to be like Creflo Dollar that you speak against. Or all these fake preachers, right? And it's going to be one of those things. It's going to be one of those things. It's going to be money that perverts you. It's going to be selfishness to where you can't give for your people, and give in many ways. Time, spirit, love, dedication, right? Losing, right? You being selfish, it can't be in you. It cannot be in you. Y'all see this? So really understanding what needs to be in your spirit to be a teacher. You know, that's not saying anybody's perfect or anybody's gonna be perfect, because you're still gonna make mistakes, but what mistakes you're gonna make shouldn't be, oh, I slipped and fell into adultery. I slipped and fell into stealing millions and running to the Cayman Islands or whatever. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be the mistakes. You know, it shouldn't be like, you know what? I just said, man, I ain't dealing with this. I ain't doing this no more. You know, niggas in Israel, they don't care. And you just left off and left your congregation for the wolves. You see that? There's certain essential things that have to be in you. Beside what the knowledge. See, a lot of brothers think, oh, I can break scriptures down, therefore I can teach. But remember, that's just the beginning of it. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. So as we look at these men that followed after Moses, think about it. Joshua, right, was the man. Why not everybody else but Joshua?
Joshua had compassion.
There you go.
He was courageous. He didn't fold.
Right. You can see that. Like when you read about Joshua, he was courageous. his integrity was there. He was going to be the one that was going to go continue to carry out what Moses laid down, what the Spirit laid down. So, you know, when I read the stories, I'm not reading them as just, yeah, Joshua. But why Joshua? Why you? Why me? Why us? Why we? Because there's something that the Most High sees in you, right? But you got to live up to that standard.
Hey, he shows you how to operate the brotherhood too, because he was always exhorting his brothers with
Right.
his words. He was lifting them up, encouraging them,
Right.
you know, convincing them to do the will of the Most High.
Right. Yeah, and we're going to get through all that, but that's one point. Go ahead.
Verse 2, last precept. Unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel.
Go ahead.
Verse 3. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you.
Right. We know that the scriptures say the world was created for our sake. So yeah, it was going to be Jerusalem, but the Most High in the Spirit was speaking on something way more expanded. He said the world was created for our sakes. The earth was given unto you. You understand? So this prophecy, yeah, they were going to go into this land, the land of Canaan, and take it. But this was speaking of something bigger, man. Go ahead.
As I said unto Moses,
from
the wilderness unto this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates,
right?
All the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life.
Right, right. So, once again, he had to believe that. He had to not doubt that the Most High gave it to them.
God.
You know, and trust in that and be consistent in that. To be a leader, to go with the courage and the belief to lead Israel. You know, what verse you at?
Verse 5.
Go ahead.
Second precept. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee.
Right.
Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Verse 7. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law,
right,
which Moses my servant commanded thee.
Right, because the spirit of the law was going to carry you in integrity to be able to believe. You cannot come to the Lord with a double heart, a double mind. You have to have courage. And that's the problem with a lot of Israel. What are you looking at? Just do. He told them, have courage, right? Israel always comes with a double heart, double mind. You overthinking your way out of faith. But why? Really? Yeah, but you trying to quote scriptures that give you doubt. That you're using to give you doubt. Instead of just saying, do it. Right? You got to have courage. You cannot serve the Most High with a weak heart, a weak mind. You're going to have courage. Go ahead.
Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left.
And we know that second Ezra, he said the same thing. Why? Because you got fire on one side, water on the other. Right? This was always resonating in the scriptures. Don't go to the right hand. Don't go to the left. Stop thinking about what's over there. Stop thinking about what's over here. Just keep down the path. And that you know, I'm going to say this. I'm not perfect. I'm not God. I am not Christ. I am more like the toenail crumb on your toenails. I know that. I'm nothing. Right? But I know this. To not go to the right hand and the left, you got to just follow what the commandments say.
That's it.
You got to follow, because what happens is you start overthinking things. But if you listen to the commandments and you get a real round understanding of the Spirit, man, it's gonna put you in strength moving forward. Guys, we're always looking back. You got brothers that want to condemn themselves. well, I'm just messed up. Okay, well, what Christ say? There's no condemnation. Keep moving forward. No, but I want to stay right here. I want to live in the moment. Bro, move forward. There's no condemnation in Christ. The only time you should be talking about, oh man, I messed up, is if Christ got your head in his hand and you looking at your body. Otherwise, you got grace. All that self-condemnation, you want to beat yourself up. Bro, you better get up and keep moving and be found faithful when he comes. Right? So you can't let yourself condemn yourself. Right? Because you got a lot of brothers and sisters that do that. You don't need nobody to condemn you. You just want to live in the moment and condemn yourself. Let it go. Move forward. You sinned. You messed up. Well, godly sorrow, work of repentance unto salvation. Have godly sorrow and move forward. You understand that?
Good.
Have faith and courage. So these are the things, man, that we got to take into mind when we read these scriptures, man. Go ahead.
Verse 7, second precept. Turn not from it to the right hand, or to the left.
Yeah, read.
That thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest.
A lot of Israel don't prosper. Why? Go to Ecclesiastes. Since class is short, let me just touch on a few verses in here. Now I got to go over the whole chapter. Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. One of our school, this is our school's favorite chapter right here. Because a lot of brothers and sisters come into school and they don't read this, and then when they go through a little battle, they want to get double-minded. They want to get unfaithful. They want to get unsure. They want to, now they got to rethink the truth, rethink the camp. It's like, bro, just stop it. Go to Ecclesiastes 2, verse 12.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 12.
Yeah.
Woe be to the fearful heart.
Yeah. Woe means destruction. When you're fearful and you don't do things with courage, woe means destruction. You give it, as a man thinketh, so is he.
That's right, God.
Once you start to doubt, there's what? Destruction. Right? He that doubteth is what? Damn. As soon as you let that doubt come in, you're already damned. Whoa, what?
People who have that constant repetition of what they're doing wrong.
Right.
Throughout their days, and it's breaking them down lower and lower.
Instead of just saying, let me do right.
Instead of moving forward.
You got to move forward.
God.
Go ahead.
And faint hands.
And faint hands. Then you're like unsure. Yeah, you think of faint hands, you're like, I'm unsure, I don't know about this, right? You gotta have good courage. Go ahead.
And the sinner that goeth 2 ways.
And really, that double mind leads you into sin. And you start to go what?
2 ways.
You start to have 2 minds. You can't do that serving the Most High. Y'all gotta be sure, be confident. Now, where does the insurity come in? What's the one way, and we'll get back to the reading, what's one way that insurity comes in? What do they lack?
Faith.
Yes, you're right. But before that, what does a person lack when insurity comes in? Huh? Knowledge. You know why? Because they don't got all the information. Faith is going to come in by hearing, right? You hear the word. That's the knowledge. So a lot of times you lack faith because you lack the information on why to be faithful, which is his word, which is his knowledge. So you got to have faith, but you got to get the knowledge so you can understand why to have faith, why to believe. And that's a lot of times you're faint-hearted is because you ain't studying. You ain't in the book. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Uh-huh.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted.
Right.
For he believeth not.
Right.
Therefore shall he not be defended.
As we go down and read about Joshua, he had courage. The Most High knew this man was going to go in here and he was going to push, he was going to fight, he was going to conquer. All that weak heart, unsure, doubting. It's like, what happened to the killers, man, in Israel?
Oh, that's my lady, how?
Right, right. What happened to the warriors? What happened to the ones that just, you know, the Israelites that had backbone? Damn, man, this mama boy, baby boy generation, man, has broken the backs of the young men in Israel. It is an unsure, faithless generation, man. It's like, man, you gotta run for the crown, man, and you gotta run through 1,000 men to get it. You gonna have to do it. Israel comes in, man, too weak, man.
That's why I like the story about Samson so much every time I read it, because you know, every time it said the anointing of the Most High came upon him, the things that he can do. And I've experienced, you know, in my life, when you really apply the scripture, or you apply the Bible, and you do what it say do, the Most High show you
it works.
Those things still exist.
Yeah, it works.
People think it don't. It still exists.
Yeah, but they never tasted of the Holy Spirit in that way. They never gave it a chance. They never gave it an opportunity to know it works, because they're dealing with that faithlessness. So you're not going to be defended. You see the consistent cycle? You don't believe, but you try, but you're double-minded, so you don't get defended, so you still don't believe because you're not getting defended, and then you come in with a double mind. It's a cycle. You got to let go of that doubt. You got to let go of that unsurety. Go ahead.
Woe unto you that have lost patience.
Go ahead.
And what will ye do when the Lord shall visit?
So you got to understand, man, that the Most High is about a faithful man, about a faithful woman. Jump to verse 10.
Look at the generations of old.
Right.
And see, did ever any trust in the Lord?
One of my favorite ones. Did ever any trust in the Lord? Go ahead.
And was confounded.
Look at the generations of old, man, and look at all the righteous men that stood up for righteousness and was any confounded. Why is it different with you? You know why it's different from you? Because you're reading in the story about these men and you think everything was immaculate. You think there was the angel came down and talked to everybody. You don't understand in situations like you where a man comes up to you and talks to you. A lot of people don't understand that. They think the Most High descended down and every brother and like he started talking with everybody. No, bro, the Most High sent the man to deal with them. But they believe. They believe in the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the law. They looked at their ancestors and the example. That's what we got to do. Go ahead.
Or did any abide in his fear?
Because really what this comes down to is, do you fear the Most High? Do you believe? Go ahead.
And was forsaken.
Go ahead.
Or whom did he ever despise that calleth upon him?
There you go. All right, jump back. Jump back. What verse are you at, I
was not my reading. Okay.
Oh, your reading's done? Jeremiah 8 to 14. And then I'm gonna read to 15 and 18 and jump over to Revelations 22, 1 to 5. And that's the reading. That'll be the end of the reading, and then we'll go into questions. It's quick. Go ahead.
Okay.
The book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth.
Right.
But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
No. Meditate on that woman.
Day and night.
What you gonna drink later?
Day and night.
No. My meditation is on, man, when I get out of here, I got this to do, that to do. You're supposed to be letting the Spirit clean your mind. You know, brothers, it's like, what are you meditating on? What are you musing on? Think about it. That's why I keep telling you about the audio Bible, because you got to change your thoughts. You're like, yeah, man, she, it's like, who's she, bro? Stop. Yeah, man, I gotta, you know what I mean? I gotta get, what you thinking about? Getting, she. You know what I mean? What you need to pay. The bills are going to be there. The problem's going to be there. Right? The flat is going to be there. You know what I mean? The broken down car is going to be there. It ain't going nowhere. But your mind be in the wrong place. Yeah, man, here she go again. It's like, bro, stop it. Stop. What you thinking about? She, that's your God. Who's she? Who's that? But you see, you young brothers, man, your mind be in the wrong place. If you seeking the Most High, you supposed to be coming to me talking about what the Most High enlighten you about. How the Most High strengthen you. Right? Like we went over the other day, it tells you the refuse of man is in his talk. And it says, you know the tree by the fruit it bears.
That's right.
If you coming to me constantly talking about she, who's on your mind? She. Women. Right? You going to sleep, she. Right? You waking up, she. The Most High is not a she.
That's right.
What the hell? Who's your God? Well, you'll know that by what's at the forefront of your mind. And whose service is at the forefront of your mind. You thinking about serving her. I know it cuts y'all. I know y'all like, damn, why you gotta go there on us? But I'm trying to help y'all. When I bump into you, I'd be like, oh man, my rib, do I bump into y'all? When's the last time I bumped into you over the 5 years I know you, or the 4 years I know you? You know what I mean? How long we've known each other?
They going on 5.
5 years. And when's the last time I bumped you and be like, man, she is, hers is, why? Because that's not on my mind. Her is always going to be at, when I get home, her is going to be there. And if her is chomping at me, guess what? You ain't going to know about it, because that's the least of my problems. You understand that? I'm not worried about her or him or they. I'm worried about I am.
That's it.
Yahweh.
How can I please him today?
Right, how can I please him? Like, I'm worried about how many more pieces of works I can add to my crown. You see why your mind be wrong? Because you're not meditating therein day and night. You meditate on that booty day and night.
I share this precept a lot because I tell people, like, you want true prosperity, you want true everything. Like, this is scripture for you.
Right.
And I say, see what we doing right now?
Right.
This discourse we're having right now?
That's what's...
I say, this is how you get it.
There you go.
This is how the Most High bless, because they be looking at me crazy when I can have 3 people waiting.
Yeah.
My client in that chair,
yeah.
We talking about the Most High.
That's it. They gonna wait.
No, it's a pause. Because this is my first word.
Right.
You know, he said, shall not depart out of your mouth, meaning it shall always be in it. So what are you talking about? What are you listening to?
And I didn't understand that when I was young too. But as you start to see the real important things in life, you start to see why it got to be in your mind and your thoughts. So you got to occupy yourself with the knowledge, not with all those other thoughts. That's all it's saying. And work to get there. Because, you know, when I came in, when I was 20, when I was 30, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was doing the works, but a lot of times it was on, you know, oh, what I'm going to do after this. And it was never on, I was never a she guy. So like, I was never the guy that the baby I'm begging, you know what I mean? I can't think about you, you know what I mean? I can't sleep at night, you know what I mean? I was never, you know what I mean? I'm crying at night, you know, on my pillow and texting. I was never that guy, so. And I understand a lot of young brothers still are dealing with that. But if you're thinking about the Most High, and the Most High is fortifying and strengthening your mind, trust me, all of that is going to fall into place. It's going to fall into place, man. Y'all get that? I know, and I know I'm beating this into your head but we got a lot of brothers, a lot of young brothers in the camp, and they really on that she talk. Go ahead.
Second precept. Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. But thou shalt meditate therein day and night.
Can I say this too? Yeah. Real quick. Now, if you're not, you're like, okay, well then I ain't gonna talk to the brother about that no more. But she's still on your mind. Don't be thinking like, well, I ain't gonna talk because he gonna pull me out in class. I didn't say no names. I'm talking about the spirit. But at the same time, if you still meditating on her day and night, It's still the same thing. Y'all get this? Okay, same thing with the sisters, man. You know, you're supposed to be meditating on the Most High. And yes, if you're married, you're supposed to be meditating on what the Most High say about your duties. Because if I'm going to do and please the Most High, I'm going to do the duties that the Most High said do.
That's right.
Right? That's the way. And if you're single, think about the Most High. Not about your Snapchat. Not about your Instagram or Facebook or Twitter and all that stuff. Y'all need to be, you know what? Some of y'all, you know how you on a fast of drinking? Some of y'all need to go on a Snapchat fast. No more Snapchat for 30 days. You start twitching and you start, I can't go on Snapchat or Facebook or Instagram. And, you know, I know you're older brothers are like, yeah, I'm not even here. But there's a lot of young brothers that they finger got demons on them. That right thumb, that got a demon on them. The Snapchat demon, the Instagram demon. And they be occupying 30, 45 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. You know that they got an app on the iPhone that tell you how much you be on apps? That's what y'all need. To show you that you spend 16 hours scrolling through Instagram and Snapchat on dirty women with the bottom of their booty hanging out their clothes. Wasting time. Wasting your spirit and lusting after something you can't have. You're not going to have them. You understand? It's all vain, man. Go ahead.
Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. Third precept. That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. I stressed on all because a lot of people want to pick.
Yeah.
And, you know, I used to find myself doing that too sometimes, but now I'm like, nah, you can't do that. You know, if you really want the blessings of the Most High, it ain't no excuses. It ain't no, oh, but I think this. No, he say, do all that is written therein, not just what you want to read.
Yeah. Strive for the truth unto death. Go ahead.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy power is with thee whithersoever thou goest. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, pass through the host, and command the people, saying, prepare your victuals, for within 3 days ye shall pass over this Jordan, to go in to possess the land, which the Lord your power giveth you to possess it. And to the Reubenites, and to the Gadites, and to the half tribe of Manasseh, spake Joshua, saying, remember the word which Moses, the servant of the Most High, commanded you, saying, the Most High your power had given you rest, and had given you this land. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on this side.
Right.
This side Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren, armed, all the mighty men of valor, and help them.
All right. That was verse 14. I'm going to read down to verse 18. And she said unto him, oh, I'm sorry. That's 15, right? And she said unto him, I went back from Ecclesiastes. My bad. Until the Lord hath given your brethren rest, as he hath given you, and they also have possessed the land which the Lord your power giveth them, that ye shall return unto the land of your possessions, and enjoy it, which Moses the Lord's servant gave you on this side Jordan toward the sun rising. And they answered Joshua, saying, all that thou commandest us we will do, and whatsoever thou sendest us we will go, according as we hearken unto Moses in all things, so will we hearken unto thee. Only the Lord thy power be with thee as he was with Moses. Whosoever he be that doeth rebel against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto the word, and all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of good courage. All right. So it says here, Revelation 22, 1-5. Yeah.
There's a question about the Snapchat.
Yeah.
It says, I guess I'm too old to understand, but why does everyone have all these different social apps to talk and do the same thing with the same people?
Because social media is about, and if I hurt your feelings, I'm going to say it ahead of time, forgive me. Social media is about the loners. All the ones that didn't have friends, all the ones that were nobodies, all the ones that don't have a voice. Social media is about gaining your attention that way. So, you know, some cats, think about high school, right? In high school you had the loners. Well, now you don't. You got buddies. You got friends throughout the world. Whether it be on video games, whether it be on Snapchat, Instagram, now you have a voice. You don't have to be anybody important, and you can have a voice. Shoot down, kill, destroy somebody else from your computer. That's what it is. In every arena, in everything that we deal with. We not only deal with it as Hebrew Israelites, but the news media deal with it. Rappers deal with it. Movie stars deal with it. Everybody got somebody against them trying to shoot down them because they're lonely, broke, hateful, doubters. You got them. That's humanity.
It's good for fakers. A lot of fake.
Yeah, a lot of fake, a lot of phony.
Post my rent money.
Huh? Yeah, all that.
Post their rent money.
Yeah, post their rent money. All that. A lot of fakers. So, you know, I don't know who asked the question. The thing is that the young generation are really into it. Why? Because the young generation doesn't know how to talk to their parents. They don't know how to conversate on that level with somebody intellectually. So what do? I'd rather get online and scroll through my Snapchat and Instagram and have fake friends. Because the people online are going to agree with me, and they're going to teach me what stupidity and what the world can be like. So that's it. That's it. What it is, man. That's the world. But you know, the scriptures say we're in the midst of a crooked and perverse generation. The scriptures say wickedness surrounds us on every side. You know, so regardless of Instagram, Snap, you could use the world, but don't abuse it. Meaning that, you know, if I rarely get on there, but I get on there and communicate with brothers, sisters, you know, but I don't got no friends outside of Israelites. You know, and I'm not saying that the other brother that does, he might be sending classes to them. You know, we got some brothers that got a lot of friends. You know, and he's using it to send classes and the word. Now you're using it for the truth. But if you using it just to look at naked women and half-dressed women, you ain't using it but to destroy you and to weaken you. You know? So use the world, but don't abuse it. So I'm not saying it's wicked or wrong to have Instagram and Facebook and all these things. Obviously, we're on YouTube right now, and are we on Facebook? And we're on Facebook right now. But what are we using it for? To get the word out, get the knowledge out. Right? So it's all good, but you know, people that are not using it for that, their mind's getting caught up into that, and then they're being engulfed in it, it's going to destroy you. So we're at Revelations 22, verse 1. And this is going to be the reading. I'm going to the 5th verse, and then we're going to questions. If you don't have any questions, we're going to set up prayers and finish up the Sabbath prayers and dismiss. So I'm just letting y'all know if y'all do have questions. This is Revelation 22, verse 1. And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear and as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb. So the crystal he was seeing was the firmament, okay, which you know as an ozone layer. Okay, so he was seeing it because at one time you can actually see the firmament, but all the dirt and pollution, you can't see that no more. Cutting down the trees, you can't see into the heavens, right? But now we know this was spiritual also. This was a vision. But when you even look at us and look at the land wise, you would see the firmament. But we can't see it now because the earth is defiled. So, but remember, this is John the Revelator giving these visions, right? And being shown these things by different angels. It says, in the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river, there, it says, was there the tree of life. So imagine him looking into the heavens, seeing through the firmament, and he says, in the midst of the, what did he say? No, it said in the midst of the what? In the midst of the street thereof, right? On either side, I'm sorry, I got my Bible mark, I can't see that. On either side of the river was there the tree of life. So he was looking up into the heavens through the firmament, and he was looking at, because where does the Most High dwell? He says, Isaiah 66:1, right? Says, heaven is my throne and earth is my footstool. So he's looking into the heavens, and he's seeing the tree of life in the heavens. And it says, which bear 12 manner of fruit, right? Because we know that not what the white man said. Let me say this straight out. Not what the white man said about the stars or the sun or the constellations. But what he was seeing was the tree of life. The things in the heavens that were going to give us understanding of a lot of things. You know, why I said the white man? Because this ain't brothers trying to open up zodiac books and study the stars. No, this was taken from us, and he was given wisdom about the tree of life. Right? That was between the throne and through the firmament. So he was looking into the heavens. Okay, it says which bear 12 manner of fruit and yield her fruit in every month. Because when you look into the heavens, the stars, the sun, right, the moon, in their circulation, they do what? They tell us every month when is the new moon, when are the feast days, right? So it bears 12 manner of fruit. Now the white man, the Greco-Roman Empire got all that wrong. Oh, this is Artius. This is Orion. We know it's none of those names. And we don't have the names. So don't start trying to search. Be like, well, yeah, it's the tree of life. I want to look into the heavens and try to study the stars. No, you don't got that. When Adam was shut out from that, and it says a sword, the fiery sword, blocked us from that. He blocked us from that, understanding that. Because the tree of life would tell us things that the earth, the sun, the moon, the stars was for our service. You see that? But because we disobeyed, what was going to be your service now? Exactly, your hands working. So that power has been taken for us. I want to make that clear while we talk about these 12 manner of fruit that bear every month. Because we know them, the white man called them, January, February, March, April. The Hebrews called them the first month, second month, third month, first week, second week, first day, second day, right? Okay, that's how we looked at them, okay? It says, and the leaves of the trees were for the healing of the nations. Why? Because the things that came from it, we would, like Issachar, it says they knew how to navigate the stars. Because the Most High gave them the knowledge of the heavens. So we didn't need it. We didn't need, and I'm sure we had compasses, but they were able just to be like, okay, here's the east. This is people do that now. Like if you get lost in the wilderness, right? They put you in the middle of the jungle. How do you know where to go? Now, I know I'm of a Native American tribe, but I can't find my place down the block without GPS. But some people are good. They look into, okay, well, the sun rises in the east, right? Sets in the west, right? So then we're over here, and I'm like, but how did you figure out where? You see what I'm saying? But some people are just good at it, right?
You can look at the rivers too.
Right. Some people, the rivers, the Eastern Star, all that, right? So the Most High gave us the knowledge how to navigate, you know? And of course, some are better than others. But back then, all these things were good and were healing to us. But the Most High took that away from us. He stripped us of that knowledge. I keep coming back to say that because the law, it said, shall be a tree of life to you. So remember that. You don't supposed to be trying to search the heavens and the sun and the moon, the stars. You can barely get when the new feast is, when the new moon is. Right. So just to make that clear, yeah.
I would say, well, the wise men actually fall on a star, but they fall on a chariot.
That chariot said it led them.
So the chariot.
They were following the chariot, right? And it said it stood over Yahushua. So they were following the chariot. Yeah. It says here, and there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and of the Lamb shall be in it. Because the Most High dwells in the heavens. Okay? And his servant shall serve him. Israel, we're going to serve the Most High. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads. So this mark on their foreheads, you had the righteous mark and you had the wicked mark. You had the mark of the beast, then you had the mark of the knowledge of the Most High. So there's two different marks. A lot of people don't understand that. The mark of the Most High is going to be in our foreheads, which we know in Ezekiel. He said, set a mark in their foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations done in the midst thereof, right?
God.
Right. Well, that's the mark of the knowledge he's talking about here. The mark in our foreheads is going to be the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The spirit. Y'all get this?
God.
Okay. It says, and there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun. For the Lord Yahweh giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. It's talking about in the kingdom. It tells you in Isaiah 60, and we've been over this a lot, that Yahushua is going to be the light. Christ is going to be the light in Jerusalem. It keeps reiterating that in the scriptures, that there's not going to be day nor night, that Yahushua be a constant light in Jerusalem. Okay? And it says, and they shall reign forever and ever. It says, and he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true. And the Lord Yahweh of the holy prophets sent his angel to show unto his servants the things which must surely be done. Behold, I come quickly. This is Yahushua. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. Okay, so I think I went over a little bit. I did. But that just showing you that you know, it's giving a little understanding of what's going to be in the kingdom and what the tree of life is. Okay, which the Most High is going to give us that knowledge back in the kingdom. All right, anybody had any questions on that? Yeah.
It's funny because people are really heavy into like the zodiac. Like,
yeah.
You'll meet a girl and the first thing they ask you is, "What's your sign?"
Right.
Or, I don't like Libras or stuff like that.
Yeah.
We don't mix. It's like you don't even know me.
Right.
Like.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because and some be really serious. Like I'll ask in the sense of you line 30 Libras up, you gonna kind of get a character. But some of these cats be in the books. They be into all that. So yeah, you got to stay away from all that. They be really into that and trying to match up who they're matchmakers and all that stuff. You got to leave that alone. The Most High don't want you dealing with that. And once again, Esau got it wrong. When Christ come back, we going to get it right. We going to know. Because we're going to have the Spirit as an oracle showing us and giving us all these things. Whatever it is, from the fruit to the ground, to the trees, to the Sabbaths, to all these things, it's going to be right. Right now, we're trying to rehearse the righteous acts and get it right, and get the Sabbath days and get the new moons and all these things. Keep doing that. But trying to get too deep into that is where you're going to go off. Then you're going to get arguments, just on the new moons. But we know we're supposed to be leaving all that zodiac stuff. Leave all that alone, because they are wrong. They're wrong. The white man is wrong. The scriptures ain't wrong. And we don't got the knowledge of the scriptures yet. Scriptures ain't lining up all that stuff for us. It ain't telling us. It tells us about the tree of life, in the midst of the firmament. But did it give you what? The details? No. So where are you getting the details from? You trying to fill in the gaps through the white man. White man ain't giving you the right knowledge. So don't be trying to go to the zodiac to try to get knowledge about people or your sign or who you should marry or when you should have a baby, and that's madness. All right. So that's it. That's it. That's it on the reading. Does anybody got any questions off the reading, on the reading, outside the reading, anything?
There's one online.
What we got?
Looking at Revelation 7:9.
Yeah.
With John saying it was a multitude. No one can number how large will the kingdom be. I know it's more than just the country of Israel, but do we know the actual size?
Well, yeah, the scriptures tell you. We have to understand that there's a few numbers that were given to us in the Bible. 2/3, 1/3, okay, and 144,000. So let's go to the 1/3 real quick. What is it, Zechariah? Go there real quick. So you got to put these numbers together. And I'll give it away and then we'll read it. There's going to be 1/3 of the children of Israel that's going to be saved. 2/3 is going to be destroyed. So where does the 144,000 come in at? Obviously, the 144,000 comes in as the 1/3. So the 144,000 is just the government. They're just the high elite echelon where when you go through Revelations, and we'll get that too. Get that one for me too about these are they that the white robes and much affliction. Give me those real quick. All right. So just to put things in perspective, Revelation 7 is talking about these 144,000. Okay, the elite, the ones that are going to govern and rule the world, the governing body. Right? Remember, everybody's not going to be in the government. You're going to have men, women, and children that come in at the last end. Remember the parable of the penny? Not the one where it says one was given a penny to work at the beginning of the day, and then somebody came in at the end of the day and still got the same penny. We're all Israel, the righteous, are all going to get the kingdom, but everybody's not going to come in and sit on 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. It don't work like that. That was given to the 12 apostles, right? So think about it. Everybody's not just going to be the judges, right? Everybody's not going to be the ones that is in the military. Hey, we need other governing parts of the body that's going to govern and do things in the nation. We just not going to be all just the military. You see that? You need the government of a nation, and it entails many different things. So you got to understand that building a nation, and when you even go back to 1 Corinthians 12 about the parts of the body. So there's going to be many parts of the body in the kingdom, and structure and order is going to be in the kingdom. So everybody's not going to come in and just be sitting on the 12 thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. That was promised to the apostles. Okay? But there is the 144,000. Okay? The 144,000 was going to be probably running the government, the military, right? Making sure the law go forth, all that. So where we at? Zechariah what?
Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8.
Zechariah 13. Let me get over here real quick because something in. I want to get over here. Zechariah. $13 and what?
8.
Yeah, Zechariah. Go ahead, read.
And it shall come to pass
that
in all the land, said the Lord,
right,
2 parts therein shall be cut off.
Right. So
die.
2 parts shall be cut off therein and die. So 2/3 is going to be cut off and die. A lot of our people are going to die. Now, to go back to what you're saying, I'm gonna just throw numbers out here. We're gonna, because remember, the Bible don't tell you how many Israelites are gonna be saved, but it's giving you kind of a roundabout mathematically. So we know 2/3 is gonna be put to death. But the scripture said the children of Israel is as what? The sand of the sea. Right? So if they're the sands of the sea, that's a lot of people that are gonna die. Now this is just Israel. We're not talking about the nations. Okay, because we know a lot of the nations, majority of them, billions are going to die. Right? But just think about Israel is as the sand of the sea, but 2/3 are going to be put to death. Because those are going to be the Israelites that don't want to return, that love America, that got their head all the way up the anus of the so-called white man and the nations. Right? That love slavery and captivity. You know what I mean? That love Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. You know, they love the falsehood. They're not gonna turn. Right? 2/3 are gonna die. Go ahead.
The 1/3 shall be left therein.
Right, 1/3. So 1/3 is going to be saved. 2/3 is gonna die. You see that? So the Bible gives out an idea of how many, how many is going to be saved. Now, the 144,000, obviously, they ain't of the 2/3. They're of the 1/3. So that's where you got this governing body. Okay? And how do we know they're the governing? Because the ones that come in at the end of the day, they're going to get the reward of the kingdom, but are they going to be set up like the apostles?
Like those works. They're going to have the same works.
Yeah, they're not going to have... There's some people that's going to come in the last trump. You've been in 30 years, right? And you've been fighting, struggling, building, teaching, consistent. But some are going to come in when the angels... They got the truth a week before the angels come. They're going to get the reward of the kingdom, because this is what the scripture says. But as far as structure, they're not going to get to sit up there and start giving out orders. Think about it. They can't. They didn't even learn how to really follow orders. So there's a structure, right? Where we at? So finish that up and then we'll go to Revelation.
And verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire.
Right, I would bring the 3rd part through the fire. Why? Because the 1/3, and this is a twofold theme he's talking about here. Because the fire he's going to bring us through is the physical, thermal fire that's going to be sent by these nations trying to destroy Christ, and Yahushua sending his fire to destroy them. And then it's also talking about the refining. Because he's going to bring you through that fire. He's bringing you through that fire right now. Right? He's washing you and cleansing you with that fire. He's purging off all the old man, all the old ways, all the old mind. Well, let me say this. The scripture's supposed to be purging you and cleansing you, right? Yahushua said he would baptize you with water and with what? Fire. Well, that symbolic fire is the word, and that's purging you now. The other fire is actual thermonuclear fire that he's going to bring you through and deliver you from being burnt up. Yeah.
I was going to say, because the scripture says like fire shut in your bones to that kind of mind. It's talking about the word.
Right. That's symbolic. Spiritual fire. Right? Going through you and cleansing you and changing you. Right? Okay. So you finished that? Read on.
And will refine them as silver is refined.
Right. Remember, he said in Isaiah 48:10, I refine thee in the furnace of adversity. Well, he's going to burn all of those inconsistencies out of you. As you have to apply the Bible, right? He's refining you. But you got to do it in affliction, in trial, in giving up, in losing, in being a Hebrew Israelite, following the laws and commandments. That's the cleansing process. Go ahead.
And will try them as gold is tried.
Right. And that's what he's doing, trying us as gold. Go ahead.
They shall call on my name, and I will hear them.
Right.
I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power.
That's the 1/3. Because we know the 2/3 ain't saying that the Lord, they ain't calling on the Most High. They calling on Allah, Hindu, Buddhism, Christmas. They calling on, and I say Christmas because they calling on that fake Christianity. The ones where you just get a pass, you get a ticket. You know what I mean? All you got to do is say you believe and you're saved. I don't got to do no works. I don't got to clean my mind. I don't got to clean my spirit. I don't have to follow the laws. They're going to continue in sin till the Most High comes back and destroy them. Yeah.
My pops used to tell me, he used to piss me off when I first came on the truth.
He used to
always say, you're righteous enough like filthy rags. Like saying, like, you trying to keep the law, you're not established by, they'll take Paul's word.
Yeah. And twist them.
They're like, you're not doing nothing. You're not even trying. So what more of me, if I'm trying, I know my righteousness is filthy rags, but you like, I'm going to sit down and eat this pork chop.
Yeah. They thinking willful sin is grace is for willful sin. Nah. Grace ain't for willful sin. Grace is for the little mistakes you will make. So, but we know what Christianity teaches. All right, so go to Revelations.
Chapter 7, verse 13.
Go to Revelation 7, verse 13. Let's talk about this 144,000. Go ahead.
And one of the elders answered, saying unto me,
yeah,
what are these which are arrayed in white robes?
Right. What are these arrayed in white robes? Go ahead.
And whence came they?
Go ahead.
And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation.
They are what?
These are they who came out of great tribulation.
Yeah, think about it. The ones that come in at the end, they didn't go through no tribulation. All they did is have faith. Right? They believed. They had faith and said, you know what? And it's going to come to that. They were in the truth a month, and then Yahushua comes back. Well, all they did was what? Try to perform the law for a month. But you was in the truth for 30 years, 40 years, and you had to go through tribulation for 30 to 40 years and be found honorable and right. And all they did was come in a month, a week, a day, and had to be found faithful. And guess what? The Most High is going to judge them off of their faith. They're going to get the kingdom of the Most High. But the ones that came through much tribulation, these are the 144,000, man, that are going to be set up. Go ahead.
And have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb.
Yeah, you see, they worked. They built. They sacrificed. They addicted themselves to the ministry. When the apostles asked them, give me that one too.
What do you say?
We were forsaken all over. That's
right? Find that one. And then give me the one that says we are forsaken all over. What he said.
All right, read on. I want to get these two right here. Just to put these in perspective to show you, when it says white robes, these are they that came through much tribulation. Man, these are brothers and sisters, man, that have been doing this for a long time, man, and committing themselves. That really committed themselves. Everybody don't get to just sit up there and start barking out orders. That's confusion anyway. Think about it. God is not the author of confusion, right? He said, let all things be done decently in order, right? Con?
Right.
So think about it. He's not just gonna, everybody's just not gonna sit up there and bark orders. It's an order. It's an order. Right? You're gonna have God. He's in the fourth dimension. Then you have Yahweh Shai here on earth. It says he's gonna dwell amongst us. Right? Then you got, he promised the 12 apostles that you shall sit on 12 thrones. So they're going to be barking orders to who? The 144,000. 144,000 are going to be barking orders to the world. And of course, there's going to be structure and body, governments in that. That's how the Most High deals. He don't deal with confusion. Go ahead, finish reading that in Revelation 7.
Therefore are they before the throne of God.
They're what?
Before the throne of God.
Right.
And serve him day and night.
They do what?
Serve him day and night.
That's the 144,000. We're going to be getting orders from Yahweh Shai and the apostles. You see that? Everybody ain't just going to step up there. It don't work like that. It don't work like that now. It don't work like that in heaven. You think every angel gets to run before the Most High? Nah, there's order in heaven. Michael and the archangels, they get the orders. And then they go give it out to the little angels. Right? The ones that go to, fulfill the little missions. Now everybody just run before the Most High. There's an order of things. Right? As in heaven, it's going to be on earth. So you got to understand the structure of things. Yeah. Where you at right now? Did you get that other one I asked for? Go ahead.
It's Matthew chapter 19, verse 27.
Matthews 19 and 27.
And which one do you?
Okay. You got, okay. So read Matthews 19 and 27 first.
Okay. Matthew chapter 19, verse 27.
Write it down. Go ahead.
Then answered Peter and said unto him,
yeah,
behold, we have forsaken all,
right,
and followed thee.
Right.
What shall we have therefore?
Right. See, they forsaken all. They didn't just come in the last minute. Right? And then they get this. They forsaken all. They live this life. Sacrifice. Brother, you got prophets that died. You think we're gonna be over the prophets that died for the truth? That got stoned? Nah, man. There's gonna be an order. Go ahead.
Verse 28.
And
Yahweh Shai said unto them,
right,
verily I say unto you,
right,
that ye which have followed me in the regeneration,
go ahead,
when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory,
right,
ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones,
right,
judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
You see that? Those 12 thrones are set. He said 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes. That ain't everybody. He said 12 thrones. Right? So, they're not saying you ain't going to have a throne, but the 12 apostles have a set order in the kingdom.
Got it.
Right? Now, check this out. Read, where you at?
Matthew chapter 20 and verse 20. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her 2 sons.
This is just showing you how order is going to be established in the kingdom. Read.
Worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him.
Yeah, the sons of Zebedee, they were known as the sons of thunder. That was John and Andrew? If I'm correct, that was... We double check it. I think it was Andrew, right? They were known as the sons of thunder. I thought it was John and Andrew. Double check that, though. Go ahead.
Verse 21.
Huh?
It was James.
James. Okay, there you go. James and John? Tawada. Thank you. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And he said unto her, what wilt thou? She said unto him,
right? What do you want? Right? Because Israel always wants something. And of course, I mean, you with Yahweh Shai, you with the Son of God, who's not going to ask? Who's not going to sit there and be like, hey, could I be next to you? Right? Go ahead.
She said unto him,
yeah,
grant that these my 2 sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left.
Think about what you're asking here. This is a big, you don't just get to sit next to Yahweh Shai in the kingdom. It ain't, people don't just get that. There's going to be order. Go ahead.
In thy kingdom. But Yahweh Shai answered and said,
right?
Ye know not what ye ask.
Right. Why? Because Revelation 7 was telling us what was going to be needed.
Oh, this is cool.
What was going to be needed was tribulation, persecution, trials. You weren't just going to, you were going to have to give up everything.
That's why he said what he said right here.
Yeah. Watch, read on. It's going to tell us.
That's why it says, are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of?
You see that? That cup that he drank of was what? Beaten, whipped, lied upon, cast away, spit upon. So he's telling you what Revelations is saying in accordance with this is showing us these are they that came through much tribulation. You know? Think about the guys that come in the last hour of the day. What did they go through in tribulation? They just barely stopped smoking weed. But he's going to save them because of their faith, right? But as far as order and structure, even look at what Yahweh Shai says. Read on. He's going to tell us more.
And to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with.
That means that this trials, tribulation, persecution, death if need be, right? Giving up, losing. Go ahead.
They say unto him, we are able.
Right. Well, that's a big we are able. That's a big commitment. Everybody wants to say that. Oh yeah, I'll go through it. You don't even have to die no more for the truth. You got brothers that don't want to live for the truth. Why? Because living for the truth means that I got to actually deal with my people. It ain't just about coming to church one day a week. I made it to Sabbath class. Hallelujah. It ain't about just coming to church Sundays and giving your alms. How many can live and deal with Israelites? I got to deal with him daily, and our characters are going to clash. But when they clash, now I got to apply the Bible. Long-suffering, patience, kindness. So we go pass out flyers together. We street speak together, right? We work together. We're here on the podium together, right? We work all these things, but then what happens when I offend him and he offends me? See, that's what Israel don't want to go through. They don't want to, I don't have to deal with him. I'm going to go do my own thing. See, Yahweh Shai had to deal with Peter. How many times he had to tell Peter? You know what I mean? He had to check Peter. How many times, bro? Thou hast a devil. Chill out. See, but Israelite these days, they're like, oh, you don't need to congregate. You don't need to congregate because you don't want to deal with the things that are going to purge you. So what is going to purge you? The long suffering. Why? Because I got to suffer long, my brother, now. I got to be patient. I got to be kind. I got to be gentle. Right? Going to church one day a week, that's easy. Shit, if it was all that. You think Yahweh Shai was talking about through much tribulation and just showing up? That's easy. But how do you become addicted to the ministry? You give a prophet a cup of water, you receive a prophet's reward. So it said they were addicted to the ministry, right? They were teaching, they were building, they were growth, they were going to these different cities, teaching their people, raising their people up, right? There's a difference between a brother that just come to class and follow the law, because by all means there's going to be that. You come to class, you follow the law. But then there's a difference between a man that laid down his life and goes through the trial and tribulation. There's a difference, as in structure and order in the kingdom. You're going to get the kingdom, right? You're going to be accepted, because all Israel, you know, when you technically look at it, it says in Romans, all Israel shall be saved with an everlasting salvation. So when the 2/3 die, come back, they're going to be brought back in the kingdom. But you think they're just going to be just set up? No, there's an order. So we got to put in context all these scriptures and understand that it's going to take work to receive the gift. And that's what he's saying here. You don't just get this gift out of, just for being an Israelite. Well, I'm an Israelite. I don't even have to show up. I'm saved, please. If it was that easy, then why are we here? Why are we doing this?
Why is the book written?
Why is the book written? If you just had to show up because you're a Hebrew. Nah. It's going to be work. Go ahead.
Verse 23. And he said unto them,
go ahead.
Ye shall drink indeed of my cup.
Right, because he knew what they were going to take on. Go ahead.
And be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with.
Go ahead.
But
listen to this. Just to show you that there is a order, that there ain't no like everybody just freelance. We get into the kingdom and we start grabbing thrones. Read it again. Where you at again?
Verse 20. Verse 20.
What book? What scripture?
Matthew chapter 20 and verse 23.
Go ahead.
And he said unto them,
go ahead.
Ye shall drink indeed of my cup.
Right.
And be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with.
Go ahead.
But to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give.
You check this out. So who's handling all the order and the structure? Most High. You see? Yahweh Shai even said, hold on, that ain't given to me. So just showing you, man, there is going to be an order and a structure. The 144,000 sit in, they're amongst the 1/3. Okay? And then, as far as order and structure, you got Christ. He's going to dwell among us. Then you got the 12 apostles. Then you got this government of the 144,000 and whatever order is going to be set in whatever duties within that. So this is the ones where it said the law shall go forth from Zion. The law is going to come from our nation, but everybody's not going to be out there policing the world. There's going to be husbandmen. There's going to be men that take care of the fields and make sure they're getting their job done over the nations. You know what I mean? There's going to be the military, right? So just think about a nation. You won't think narrow-minded. Remember, it's not like the church say we all going to go up in the smoke and we all going to be in heaven playing violins. That's not it. The scriptures say, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven." We are going to have to get the world in order. So it ain't going to be like they said. So, hopefully that helped out with your question in Revelations or about the 144,000, just to add unto that. Yeah, and there's going to be many people in white robes. Why? Because white represents the righteousness and the purity. So that's all that white robes represent. All right, was there any other question?
Come on, Dave Rogers asked, what healing will the nations need?
Oh, the law. The healing that the nations need. Let's go to Isaiah 2 again. Somewhere where we constantly, because they need to be healed too, right? Oh, we got to get them clean. They just ain't going to be in this earth just doing what they want to do. No, it don't work like that. We got to get them right. You cold out? Turn the heat, turn the air conditioner off. It is a little nippy in here though. It is a little nippy. It's getting cool out there also. Where are we at?
Isaiah 2.
Yeah, go to Isaiah 2. Let's talk about what the nations, what the healing that they're going to need. Go ahead.
We'll start at verse 10.
Yeah, 2 and 2. Yeah, I mean 2 and 1 on down. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem.
Right.
2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house.
Be clear, this is in the last days because we know it hasn't happened. As we go on, we're going to understand that. Go ahead.
The mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountain.
Yeah, we had, somebody was saying that these white people talking about going back to Jerusalem talking about we're fulfilling prophecy. You ain't fulfilling prophecy, nothing. The scriptures say when Israel comes in the land of the Lord, right, that all these things were going to come to pass. Israel was going to be put over all nations. I don't see Israelites over all nations. If you even wanted to say this, if you even thought the lie that the so-called Jews over there in over there in our land, right, were the Jews, they still not fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, well, we know they're not the Jews, but if you wanted to believe that lie, if they were the Jews, why isn't the whole world going to bow to Jerusalem? Because they're not the Jews. They're not the ones, right? And I don't care how many of y'all go over there and try to circle around Jerusalem or whatever. It doesn't make the prophecies come to pass, because this prophecy is more in depth than just showing up on vacation to Jerusalem. All right, you got to wake up, man. Go ahead.
And shall be exalted above the hills.
Yeah, we're going to be exalted and lifted up above all the nations. The mountains represent the nations. The hills represent the smaller nations. The smaller peoples. Go ahead.
And all nations shall flow unto it.
Right, and what?
All nations shall flow unto it.
Yeah, where's all nations trying to go to Jerusalem and say, man, this is where the Lord's people dwell. Oh, I know where they say every time they go on vacation. Stop it. Stop it, because there's more in depth it's going to tell us. If you thought that ignorance, damn Christianity, they've said that every time we go over to Jerusalem, it's all the people are going to Jerusalem for vacation. No. Go on, read.
Verse 3.
And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord.
Right.
To the house of the power of Jacob.
Go ahead.
And he will teach us of his ways.
That's the healing that they're going to get. The nations will be learning the ways of the Most High. The nations will be learning the laws, statutes, and commandments. While the law is written in your heart, and you're going to be the lawgivers, they're going to have to learn. But Israelites, it said, you shall no longer teach your neighbor. It said, we ain't going to have to sit down like we're doing no more, in the kingdom. Not for Israelites, but for the Gentiles, we got to get them heathens together. We're going to have to take the pork out of their mouth, let them know it's not the other white meat. Right? All the shrimp and crab and lobster. You know what I mean? The eating feces and, having sex with animals and having orgies, and we're going to have to stop all that. Hiding little Buddha emblems and worshiping idols. We don't have to kill that noise. So this is how they're going to be healed. They're going to be healed with the law. Go ahead.
And he will teach us of his ways.
Right.
And we will walk in his paths.
That's the healing. The nations are going to be walking in the path and the light of the Israelites, of Yahweh Shai. What's that? Yeah, we'll go there next. Go ahead.
For out of Zion,
yeah, go ahead,
shall go forth the law.
For out of what?
Out of Zion shall go forth the law.
Go ahead.
And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Right.
4. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people.
So that's what's going to happen. Now, I know y'all thinking, well, this is going to be a glorious moment. This is going to be bloodshed, bro. This is going to, Isaiah's putting it poetic here, but as you go to the other chapters, it's going to be bloodshed. You think they're going to let down their swords? You think they're going to take their guns and make them into plowshares and gardening utensils? You think they're just going to give it up? Nah. It's going to be bloodshed trying to get these nations in order. Because after Christ, remember, Christ is going to throw the first blow. The first blow is to destroy Babylon the Great, the whore, which is America, that governs all nations. That's the first blow, to make America a continual burning fire. That's the first blow. And as we're delivered out of this land, and we went over this, the brothers went over this the other day, as we're delivered out of this land, he said he's going to bring us to the wilderness and plead with us face to face, get us right. The rebels are going to be cast out. And then, after all that's done, then we're going to go in Isaiah 2. But we gotta work out some kinks with Israel. All the chiefs, not enough Indians is going to stop. The Most High is going to get us in order. Christ is going to get us in order. Then we're going to go out and do Isaiah 2, which is get the whole world in order. So they're not going to go right away. Even though they're going to be half destroyed, half beat down, militaries are going to be gone, a lot of people are going to be dead, they're still going to try to fight against the will of the Most High. Go ahead.
And shall rebuke many people.
Right.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
They shall beat their swords into plowshares. Go ahead.
And their spears into pruning hooks.
Right.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right. So, just showing you what it means by the nations are going to be healed. They're going to be healed with this word because they're filthy right now. All right, go to Zechariah 8:23.
Zechariah chapter 8, verse 23. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that two men.
Verse what?
Verse 22.
22, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Yea, many people and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem.
Right. See, they're going to seek Yahushai. They're going to seek Israel. They're going to want the glory. They're going to want the power. Not everyone. Many people, but not everyone. Because we're going to go to Isaiah 60 and show you why. Go ahead.
And to pray before the Lord.
Right.
Verse 23.
Uh-huh.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of the land, out of all languages of the nations, and even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew.
But that's not everybody. See, a lot of the nations are going to come willing. You got a lot of nations know this truth now. Yeah, I know a lot of Israelites hate it, but you got a lot of Gentiles that want to bow right now, that believe Christ is dark-skinned, that believe that the Negro has been treated wrong. A lot of them believe the truth. And you know what? You know, they better be praying for mercy. That when they get there, there's mercy shown to them. But all these nations are going to be like that. You know, they're going to bow to the word. Some willing, some not. Go ahead.
Saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Yahweh is with you.
Yeah, because they're knowing that now. See, this is why we got to be a standard to the nations, to Israel and the nations. Not just the Israelites. We're standard to the nations, the world. Right? So they're going to eventually bow anyway. I know brothers that we know right now is for who? We got to wake up our nation. We got to wake up the Israelites. But then afterward, it's going to be for the whole world. They're going to bow too. All right, y'all get that? All right, finish it up. That was it? Go from there, go to Isaiah 60, verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1.
Isaiah 60, verse 1, to show you what healing they're going to get. Go ahead.
Arise, shine, for thy light is come.
Yeah.
And the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee.
Go ahead.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
Right, because that's what's happening now. Darkness is covering the earth. He says in Romans 13, I think it is, it says, the day is at hand. Right? The day is at hand. Go like this, Lamont. Just a little bit like this. Yeah. He said the day is at hand. Why? Because we're in gross darkness. See, it's coming. It's shining through. You're the lights of the world, right? So your spark is shining through the darkness as we change, put on the example, follow Yahushai, following the laws. Go ahead.
But the Lord shall arise upon thee.
Yeah.
And his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Yeah, and his glory is starting to be seen. But we know that fulfillment is in that day. Go ahead.
And the Gentiles shall come to thy light.
Right. The Gentiles are going to come to the light. They're going to come to the wisdom. They're going to come to the knowledge. They're going to come to the word. So this is how they're going to be healed. Go ahead.
And the kings to the brightness of thy rising.
Right. Go ahead.
Lift up thine eyes round about.
Yeah.
Slop.
Now you see the churches read that 1 and 2, and that's it. That's what they do. They read the first verse, second verse, and that's it. But nah, it goes into detail. So when it says they're going to be healed, once again, it ain't going to be everybody ain't going to come and say, you know what, I give up. They're going to be fighting. They see this black man with black angels come out of heaven. They ain't gonna be like, you know what, Bob, let's teach kids, man. It's time for the kids to know that God is black, Christ is black. They ain't gonna teach their kids that. You know what I mean? Even the people that so-called like black people now, there's still something in their bones that what? Yeah, he's a nigger. Yeah, he's a nigger. He's a spick. There's just something in them because the hate that's been inbred in the society for color and for the people of the Most High. So,
perpetual hate. Yeah,
that perpetual hate. So, even though you got some people, man, that white people and Gentiles that really, they trying to do somewhat good. They give turkeys out. They still don't want to live in your neighborhood, though. You know what I mean? They still don't really want to be down with you. Why? Because the hate that's been inbred in them over the centuries. So, you was gonna say something?
Yeah. They had a clip on YouTube. It was an Edomite talk to an audience of Edomites, right? So in there she said, how many of y'all today, y'all say y'all love black people. She said, how many today did by show of raising your hands with one of the change places with the black people today? Nobody. Not one hand went up. And she said, but y'all say I love them, right? She said, but not one hand went up.
Yeah. Why? Because they know there's a perpetual hatred against us. Yeah.
That took me back to that scripture where Yahushua told the lady, can you even drink of my cup?
Right.
Gentiles want salvation, but they can't drink of the cup that we've been given.
No.
Or getting shot down by the cops, first person fired, last person hired. Like they can't drink of that cup themselves. So I was thinking about meditating on that. It's like that's why salvation was given to us, because we've been through so much, and we still can have a good time and come to class and smile and out on our bills and stuff like that. He might lose his job, ready to shoot the whole job up and jump off the top of the building.
Yep, they lose it, man. They lose it. Go ahead, read on, all right?
Come on. And they come to thee. Thy son shall come from far.
Right.
And thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side.
Why? Because they're going to be bringing our sons and our daughters from all these nations. The chosen are going to come out of all these nations. Go ahead.
Then thou shalt see the flow together.
Read that correctly?
Then thou shalt see and flow together.
Go ahead.
And thine heart shall fear.
Right, because why? Read.
And be enlarged.
Read.
Because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee.
You're not going to believe it, huh? When these nations come throwing down gold, women, children, when they come and just start bowing down to us, it said you're going to fear. You're not going to believe it. So now it's going into detail on how they're going to be healed. They're going to be healed by the laws and commandments and by submitting to the chosen people of God, by submitting to Yahushua. So it's going to take, when it says they shall grab the skirt, once again, there's going to be Gentiles that want to do it willingly, but there's going to be a lot that come that want to go out fighting. And they're going to be put to death. They're going to be destroyed. Because it tells you the outcome.
Verse 12.
Yeah, jump to verse 12 and then we'll move on from that. Go ahead.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Right. You see that? That's why I said the Christians that go to 1 and 2, all the Gentiles go come to thy light as servants. They leave that part out. As slaves. Right? So they don't want to hear that. They're going to come and bring everything to us and serve us. Go ahead.
And yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Right. If they don't bow, you see that where we went to Zechariah 8:23, Isaiah 2. Now it's going into detail, showing you if they don't. This ain't willing. Like, yeah, I just don't want to go up. Nah, you gonna come up. You gonna bring the riches. You gonna bow. You gonna serve the Most High. If not, you're gonna be destroyed. Go ahead. Right. So, and it goes down. The whole chapter you can read from verse 1 all the way to the end of the chapter. Beautiful chapter. One of my favorite ones. So, any other ones? What we got?
Why were the descriptions of the brothers and sisters' skin tone described as something negative? For example, Lamentations 5:10, our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine.
Well, it just said it. Same verse. You're answering your question in with the scripture. Our skin was black like an oven because of the terrible famine. Because remember, they being in the Babylonian Empire, Lamentations was during that time. They were going through punishment. The Most High was whooping them, you know, and bringing them down into a captive state. So let's think about it. I don't care how captive the white man is, they skin ain't gonna turn black like an oven though. What it was saying is that them being dark, they're now gonna be burnt. Why? Because all the affliction and trials and tribulation. Yeah. Right. So just two things is pointing out in your scripture. That they were already dark, but also the conditions of captivity were going to make you burn. Right? Like an oven. Now, not taking a shot at my brother here, but he has a skin condition. You see he's dark already. Yeah, but it's darkened his skin more. So, it's showing you in your affliction, yeah, you're dark. But I don't care how much affliction I catch. I'm not going to look like him. I'm not going to look like him. Why? Your skin don't just change because of affliction and turmoil. We've been afflicted a long time. So it's just showing you two things. Color, and they were going to be in a state, a low estate. All right? So that's why we go to Lamentations 4 and 8 and 5 and 10 to show about color. Okay? Was that it on that? Mm-hmm. Okay, that was the easy one. You can read where you at.
And this is to show that the color is not just about something bad.
Right.
When King Solomon spoke about his color, he bragged about it.
Right.
This is out of the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. He say, I am black, right? But comely. You look at the word comely means beautiful.
Right.
Handsome, you know. It's not nothing that's shunned upon, you know. It's a good thing.
Right. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem. And he said what?
That's the tents of Kedar.
Right. Now when you look up Kedar, it says dark. Alright. These people were dark skinned, black. So he said he's black like the tents of Kedar. So what else?
This is the same person asking about the size of the kingdom earlier. Question is about the size of the promised land. Since the 1/3 is a number no man can number, is the kingdom larger than Asia or Europe?
Okay, you're narrowing yourself down to a short circumference. Jerusalem, we're gonna rule Jerusalem, the motherland. But you have to understand, we're going to rule the world. Let me find that scripture for you. Yeah, give me that one. And we went over it the other day too. Let me see here. It tells you, I mean, because if your question, from what I'm getting, maybe I can be getting your question wrong, is how much of the earth we're going to rule?
Because it's saying Asia or Europe or larger than continent.
Brother, you can't. You're defining us by a continent. We're gonna rule the world. It's not just one. We're not just. Jerusalem is gonna be Jerusalem. That's gonna be the city built. But we're gonna rule and have place everywhere. Shalom, brother. Nice to see you again, man. You too. So if you're narrowing it down to that, don't do that. I want to get this scripture. What you got?
I have the book of Daniel, chapter 2, starting at verse 34 through 35.
Okay.
And it's
Let's see if I can find this other one.
He says, "Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that was the iron and clay, and break them into pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold." And this is the representation of the statue of Nebuchadnezzar's dream,
right,
of all the nations, the ruling nations,
right,
broken into pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floor, and the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain, and filled the whole earth. And the mountain is a representation of the New Jerusalem coming down from heaven.
Right. No, that's on point. No, that's a good one. That's a good one, showing you that it's going to fill the whole earth. But there's another one in Isaiah. It tells you, and we put it when I went over a few months back, that it said, let me see here. It said that basically like the whole earth, I forgot how it's quoted. Yeah, I gotta find it, man. It's not coming to my head right now, but it tells you that the whole earth is gonna be ours. And we could go to the one in Esdras. I was just, the earth was created for your sakes. Yeah, go there. You can go there, but the one I'm looking for, man, was in Isaiah. Dang. Give me that one in Esdras.
The book of Second Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 54.
Second Esdras 6 verse 54. Go ahead.
"And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all,
right,
and the peoples also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes."
Yeah, you're not understanding, and I'm not sure why you're asking the question, so I'm just kind of giving it to you straight, is that the world is going to be ours. There's not, you're going to be in Jerusalem, but if you want to live in what they call now as Europe or Spain, or you want to live across the ends of the world, you're going to be able to live where you want, huh? It ain't just going to be defined by one continent. The world is going to be ours. You know how the white man, how Will Smith got a house over in this city, in this country. They got a house in Italy, and then they got a house in America. Now, if they got that, you think we gonna be confined? Like I said, Jerusalem, I mean, when you look at the description of Jerusalem, really, where else are you gonna want to go? But if you just happen to want to leave Jerusalem and have a house across the world, have land across the world, you're going to live wherever you want to live. The earth is going to be ours. Man, I have to look for it. We pulled it too. But that's Esdras. You can add that to your arsenal. Yeah, I can't find it right now. But hopefully that suffices for the moment. Any other ones on there?
Con.
What we got?
I'm planning on proposing to my girlfriend today, and I want to know if I'm doing anything wrong knowing the holy day. Sorry.
Knowing the holy day? No, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you keep the high holy day. You make it a bigger festival, right? Make it festive. You know, you're proposing to her on a high holy day, and the high holy day is a feast. Perfect timing, right? You're feasting double fold. Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. What else we got?
It says, I think this was something said earlier. What about Polynesians? We are not from the Americas, but the islands of the Pacific. So I guess, are they part of the 12 tribes?
No, they're not. They're of the tribe of Japhet. They're of the tribe of Japhet, and a lot of more research needs to be done on them also. Let me just say that, on the Polynesians. Because, you know, the thing is, our people are mixed up amongst a lot of nations, but just to go deeper into their history is what needs to be done, truthfully, on the Polynesians and the Hawaiians and all that. So, but as of right now, I haven't seen, you know how, like I was saying about Issachar, it tells you their customs, their rights, that they're of the tribe of Issachar, that they said this. Like, I haven't seen no information like that on the Polynesians. That's why they're not on the list. That's why they're not part of the 12 tribes. Because there's no information on them. Like I said before, you have to bring out archaeology, history, and anthropology with the scriptures to show forth. Even when the black man dealing with history, you would not know he's of the tribe of Judah unless you had history that said what? He came over here on cargo slave ships, right? So you match the two, and the scriptures edify. So the prophecy had to be fulfilled that you would come over here on cargo slave ships, right? Then the history would have to show that. The history showing that links up with the Bible. Simple. So I haven't seen nothing, historical evidence, that says that they are of the 12 tribes of Israel, that backs it, that when you go through the curses or you go through their history to say, oh yeah, these are the people. Now, if anybody has some information on that, you know, maybe so, but I've heard brothers say that they are Israel, but when, yeah, it'd be a few. When Israel, when all these tribes were compiled, and as we talked about the tribes earlier, you had to have the information that linked with the Bible. It wasn't just something you made up. You know, the Smurfs, they're Israelites. You know what I mean? Like, how do you know? Yeah, you know what I mean? Look, they purple. I mean, you know what I mean? Some madness like that. It's like, no, you can't. You can say that, but that'll make them the Israelites. So the archaeology, history, and anthropology has to match the Bible. Okay. What else, sis?
Dave Rogers says, what is going to happen to the 2/3 of Israel that will not be accepted? Isaiah 14:26.
The 2/3 of Israel, they're going to be put to death. It tells you. We go back to that Zechariah. It says they're going to be burnt. They're going to be burnt with fire. Go to Zechariah
13 and 8.
13 and 8.
Right.
The eye shall be melt within there.
And it shall come.
Yeah.
That's 14.
Is it 14?
It's 14 and 16.
That's what all those that fight against Israel says. Yeah, he's right. Yeah, 14 and 16.
Okay, hold on. Maybe I'm quoting the wrong one then. Let me make sure this is it. Hold on before we go there.
With the eyes melted.
Yeah, hold on one second. Right. Go back to Zechariah 3. What was it? What it was 13 and 8? Yeah, 13 and 8.
Come. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord,
right,
2 parts therein shall be cut off,
right,
and die.
I mean, that's straight to the point. 2 parts shall be cut off therein and die. How they gonna die? They gonna die with, jump to Zechariah 14 and 12. They gonna die with all these other nations. Why? Because they're gonna be joined with them. Not joined because you live next door to them. Join with them in the same mind, in the same judgment and thinking, and the same knowledge you're promoting, right? That's the mark of the beast. You got the mark in your mind, and you do the work of the beast, right? They tell you homosexuality is okay. They put that in your mind. Then they do what? They got a lot of our people performing the sin of it. They say, oh, America's the land of the home, the free and the brave. They brainwash them with that. And then they say, oh, I'm going to join the military. They go do that. Oh, you're going to help out your communities, be a police officer. They put that in their head, and then they go do what? They go do the works of it, and they become a police officer and kill their own people and stump their own people out. Yeah, that's the mark of the beast, right? The mark in their forehead and in their hand. What's that, sis? Oh, you have a question? Okay. All right, so read that, Zechariah 14 and 12.
And this shall be the plague wherein the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Go ahead.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
Right, so when it says they shall die, well, they're going to be with the nations. They're going to be joined with them. Because let's be real, man. How many people believe in this Bible? And how many Christians that so-called believe in God and Christ still don't believe? A lot of people are going to die. Go ahead.
Come. And their eyes shall consume away in their hole.
Yeah, that means that thermonuclear fire that they're going to try to press the button with and destroy Christ with, a lot of them are going to be burnt up with that same fire. Go ahead.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor.
Right. So, the reason I jumped over here to show you, if this is the outcome of the nations, well, who do you think these 2/3 are with? The 2/3 of Israelite, they with the nations. They're joined with them, right? Go to Isaiah. Was it 14?
Yeah, 14.
Or is it 11? They got to join with them. No, it's Isaiah. No, not 14. It's Isaiah 13. It's Isaiah 13. Oh no, it's no, it says they that are joined to them. I thought it was 13. I thought it was 13.
It's, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 15.
Yeah, Isaiah 13. I had to read down a little more. Isaiah 13, verse 15. Go ahead, read that.
Everyone that is found shall be thrust through.
Right.
And everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword.
Yeah, everybody that is joined up. I know brothers are trying to say, oh, if you got a nationwide, that don't mean that, because if that's the case, then a lot of Israelites, more than two-thirds are going to die.
This is saying that we're joined to their mind and thought process and believing. We got that mark of the beast on us. So a lot of people are going to be joined with the nations. Those are the 2/3. They're joined with them. Go ahead.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces.
Right. Then it goes into what's going to happen. But jump from there. Go to Revelations 18:4. I wanted to get that Isaiah 13 and 15 to show that they that are joined unto them, that is found, shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. So you got a lot of Israelites that they want to act like, be like the nations, walk like the white man, be like the white man. They believe in the American dream, and when they see anything come out of the skies, trust me, they're going to try to fight against Christ and the angels. So what is he saying? Go to Revelations 18:4.
I'm going to say, in Romans it tell you too, not all of them that are Israel or of Israel.
Huh?
It tell you,
right.
So it's like,
there you go. Very good point. All Israel, not of Israel. Right, because you got a lot of Israelites that don't believe like Israelites. They don't think. They're not hearing this word. They're not trying to submit to the knowledge of the Most High. They want to be what? Black. I'm Afro-American. I'm African-American. They want to, I'll die for America. That's what it means, join unto them. Yeah, Revelations 18 and Revelations 18:4.
Revelation chapter 18 verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin.
Right. So once again, this is not physically. Brothers are thinking you have to physically come out of her where? We're scattered through the four corners of the earth. So it's not some physical land that we had to come out of. We had to come out of the mark of the beast. You got to come out of this mind state, thought process, religion, politics, philosophies, lies, customs. But that's what we're coming out of. But they that are joined unto them, the 2/3, why I say they're going to die? Because they're not going to come out of America. They still engrafted in the ideas and beliefs of America. Go ahead.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
So you see that? What plagues? Zechariah 13. What is the plague? That their eyes are going to melt in their holes. So they're going to die with the nations. So that's what's going to happen with the 2/3, with the Israelites that don't turn back to Christ. You see it. You're going to see it. They're the ones, man, they gun-ho, man. They're the ones, man, and I'm going to say this. If some of y'all got these jobs, don't get your feelings hurt. If you're a PO, a parole officer, and you up there and you dealing with your people and you crapping on them and treating them like crap, you going down with this kingdom. If you up in there in the welfare office and looking at your people like, hey, get your ass a job, right? And acting like the reparations of the white man he ain't got to pay, you gonna go down with this kingdom too. You a police officer and you out there on those streets and you join in stumping your people out, you gonna go down too. You in the military, and when you're called and the horn is blown and they call you for martial law and you line it up in the ghettos and you're against your people, you gonna die with this kingdom. That's the ones that's gonna be joined. All the sellouts that love America and love the lies, love the falsehood, right? They're gonna go down with America.
That's why I got kicked out the military.
Yeah.
I wasn't a good, I wasn't that good nigga that they wanted.
Right, yeah, they want you to be that lifetime nigga. You know what I mean? You come back, you be there for 50, 60 years of your life, giving yourself to this country. You know what I mean? They gotta go down. Think about it. Come on, think about it. You was raised in the military. You think these cats, when they call you, we need you. You know what I mean? You gonna try to be the damn Top Gun fighting against the angels. You don't think there's gonna be black men, Mexican men, North American men in these planes that's trying to shoot down UFOs? Hell yeah. You don't think they're gonna be the ones on the ground with missiles aimed up at the sky? Yes, there's gonna be a lot of Israelites that join in with the white man. Yeah.
My cousin's a top-ranking official in the Air Force.
There you go.
And he told us a story because my cousin that told me that we was Jews.
Yeah.
He's a mix of the Nation of Islam. But Farrakhan still teaches that the chariots are the UFOs.
Right.
So he knows about the UFOs too.
Yeah.
And I told him I seen one in 2010 with a friend from the world. We both seen it. So the most I couldn't make me start doubting myself. I could call him up and be like, yeah, that was crazy.
Right.
Of course, he still do what he do. But that cousin's high-ranking official, he told us that they came in contact with chariots plenty of times. In one instance, a chariot disintegrated one of their fighter jets. It was in a no-fly zone, and he was like, they were trying to radio it to come down. They had commands. They commanded the fighter jets to shoot it down. He said they tried to engage in fire. That thing just disintegrated them and it took off. And it disappeared.
Yeah.
So they see that. The people in the high rank in the military, they see
Oh, yeah.
that.
They see that. They up there in those skies trying to, there's videos of them trying to shoot at them and he's transforming into 4, coming into 1. I've seen it with my own eyes. I ain't gonna lie. I seen it with my own eyes. I seen a chariot turn into 3, turn back into 1.
You can't compete with that.
Nah. Like, think about it. Don't they have a idea about the sound barrier, the speed of light? That show you the spirit defies all that. What they driving in defies all that. They don't even break the sound barrier. You know what I mean? They flying faster than chariots and never breaking the sound. I mean, these planes and hitting Mach 10 or whatever, and you hear them boom, boom. Those chariots come in and just there you hear nothing. So, but that be our people in there in the Air Force and the military, on the police force, the guards. That's why we tell everybody, you better watch it, man. You promoting that and telling your kids to get in the military and this is what's gonna make you strong. Yeah, all right. Because once they called, you know, you make an oath, and the oath is to stand against any foreign and domestic, right?
You become a property.
You become a property.
Yeah, you never gonna say so.
Right? You ready, Roy? Foreign and domestic, right? And they will fight.
Hey, I'm not trying to offend nobody neither. It's funny, I just had this conversation with the Edomite coworker of mine.
Yeah.
He said his brother's in the military. He's an IT guy, so he's one of those technical guys or whatever.
Yeah.
He was talking to us in the group, he said his brother's in the military. And he said that his brother was telling him outright, like, most people in the military are dumb as rocks. So he said that they won't even let him fight because he's passed, they take the, you know, like kind of like a one
IQ test.
IQ test, they score so high.
Yeah.
They're not letting them fight. So
Yeah, well, it's the ground guys. The ground guys is easy. You go, don't you got the Army?
Gone.
The Army, doesn't the Army go in first?
Gone.
Your Army is first to go.
Right. No, the Navy's after, because the Navy's supposed to be a little more smart. So they send the Army, they send you in the jarheads to go get murdered quick. You know what I mean? Then they send the Navy in. Then you got an elite of the Navy. You know, so yeah, they know what they're doing.
I call my acronym for the Navy now is never again volunteer yourself. Cause I saw when I went,
Yeah.
you know, and I was going home.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to do 10 times more for the Most High.
Yeah.
But I tell people when they say, "Oh, nothing," I say, if you can by any means not,
Right.
don't do it. I'm talking for my people.
Yeah, of course.
Because you go to serve a nation who don't serve you, and when you come home, you'll really see that.
Yeah.
You know, and then when I started seeing my people being oppressed,
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Then they sending the military out only against my people. I was like, I'd never go back.
Yeah, think about it, man. The white man don't respect his veterans. I always look at that. That's a sad thing.
Yeah.
That's a sad thing. You know, I always said, though, if I wasn't in the truth, I would be in the military because that's the hardest. In your mind, in that worldly mind, is like, that's a hard way to go. Drug dealing and gangs, those niggas was dumb to me all the time. You know what I mean? It's like anybody can shoot somebody from a car. You know what I mean? But go in that military, bro, you getting yappas chopped at you all, you know, 60 cals, and you really going to war? That's a whole different battle. But, and I know that's what some of our people do it for, but like he just said, you don't want to be joined with the enemy when Christ come back. You know? So what else we got? We got anything else on there before we finish up the prayers? No? Okay, listen. Reminder, tonight is the ending of the Feast of Tabernacles. If you are local and you decide to get your butt up and come over and join with us, you are welcome. So we will be doing the last night. Man, I'm going to tell y'all like this. We've had fun. It's been a good 7 days. Man, we left here last night. I know this though. Eating that late, boy, it'll tear you up. Yeah, I was like.
That's why I was late this morning.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, I couldn't be late, but when I got up, I got up at 8:30. Man, that food was like, you shouldn't have ate none of that. But it was a good feast, man. Enjoying the brotherhood, sisters, the kids being around is a beautiful thing. Remember, the scriptures say, "Forsaking not the assemblies of yourselves." If you got away, especially if you in state, try to do it. If not, y'all brothers will get it. We understand that some of y'all don't get it. You don't get it yet, but you will. You will. Other than that, tonight is the last night, so keep that in mind. So if nobody got us any questions, we're gonna go ahead and finish up the final prayers for the Sabbath. And remember, my number is on there. I mean, for the most part, everybody in the city, y'all should have my number. You know what I mean? You should already have my number if you want to get to the next feast. Or Quatzazop's number. Just text us if you want to get to the next feast. So, other than that, is that it? Nobody online? I imagine what Panya Hakodam, rise and face the east. Let's finish these last prayers. Baba Kushah, Shemai, Polonnawa, hear our prayers, hear our cries, this Sabbath. Please, Yahweh, hear us, be with us, watch over us, and protect us, always. We ask of you to strengthen and build the nation of Israel, to remove pride and an arrogant spirit away from us. Humble us, Yahweh. Unite us. Strengthen us. Remove confusion and negative away from us. Please, Yahweh. Because you promised it. Fulfill your covenant that you promised and deliver your servants. Strengthen us with wisdom, knowledge, understanding, faith, patience, and long suffering, endeavoring to build and strengthen the unity of the brothers, the sisters. Please, Yahweh, in Yahweh Shai's name, we ask of you. Bless us with wisdom, knowledge, understanding, faith, patience. Give us the power, Yahweh, to do your will and teach your word. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. We ask of you to heal all the sick, brothers and sisters. To heal Tahawamayam, the sister Zoe. We ask of you to heal Amawana, to heal Semakiah, to heal Shawashana, to heal Shalamiah. Please, Yahweh, hear our prayers, hear our cries, heal their bodies, minds, and spirits. Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Hear our prayers this Sabbath day. The water, the Miyah, Aman. Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Hahawa'ah, Nathalanawa, Hatharara.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai that gives to us the law.
Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Hahawa'ah, Nathalanawa, a war, Lara'ah.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the light to see.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Hahawa'ah. Nathalanawa.
Nathalanawa.
Ha'ayo.
Ha'ayo.
Korah.
Korah.
La Kora'ah.
La Korah.
Ha'ain.
Ha'ain. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives us the ram's horn to call the people.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Hahawa'ah.
Ha'awa'ah.
Nathalanawa.
Nathalanawa.
Shaman.
Shaman.
Zayath.
Zayath.
La.
La.
Mashaf.
Mashaf.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Israel.
Right. And as always, if you want to get anointed, you can get anointed after class. This is Psalms 92. It is a good thing.
It is a good thing
to give thanks.
To give thanks
unto Yahweh.
Unto Yahweh.
And to sing praises.
And to sing praises
unto His name.
Unto His name.
O Most High.
O Most High.
To show forth.
To show forth.
Thy loving kindness.
Thy loving kindness.
In the morning.
In the morning.
And thy faithfulness.
Thy faithfulness.
Every night.
Every night.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings.
Upon an instrument of 10 strings.
Upon the psaltery.
Upon the psaltery.
Upon the harp.
Upon the harp.
With a solemn sound.
With a solemn sound.
For thou. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
You made me glad.
You made me glad.
Through thy work.
Through thy work.
I will triumph.
I will triumph.
In the works of thy hands.
In the works of thy hands.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
How great are thy works.
How great are thy works.
And thy thoughts are very deep.
And thy thoughts are very deep.
A brutish man.
A brutish man.
Knoweth not.
Knoweth not.
Neither doeth a fool.
Neither doeth a fool.
Understand this.
Understand this.
When the wicked spring up as grass.
When the wicked spring up as grass.
And when all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
And when all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
It is.
That
they shall be destroyed.
That they shall be destroyed.
Forever.
Forever.
But thou.
Yahweh.
Art most high.
Art most high.
Forever.
Forever.
For lo thine enemies.
For lo thy enemies.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo thine enemies shall perish.
For lo thy enemies shall perish.
All the workers of iniquity.
All the workers of iniquity.
Shall be scattered.
Shall be scattered.
But our horn. Shall thou exalt.
Shall thou exalt.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
The horn of a unicorn.
We shall be anointed with fresh oil.
We shall be anointed with fresh oil.
My eye also.
My eye also.
Shall see my desire.
Shall see my desire.
On my enemies.
On my enemies.
And my ears shall hear.
And my ears shall hear.
My desire.
My desire.
Of the wicked that rise up against us.
Of the wicked that rise up against us.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon.
He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon.
Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh Shai.
Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh Shai.
Shall flourish in the courts of the Most High.
Shall flourish in the courts of the Most High.
They shall bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall be fat.
They shall be fat.
And flourishing.
And flourishing.
To show that Yahweh is upright.
To show that Yahweh is upright.
He is our rock.
He is our rock.
And there is no unrighteousness in him.
And there is no unrighteousness in him.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
This is Psalms 133 in Hebrew, and then we'll read it in English. Shayar.
Shayar.
Hamalawath.
Hamalawath.
Ladawad.
Ladawad.
Ha. Ma.
Ma.
Tawav.
Tawav.
Wama.
Wama.
Na'ayam.
Na'ayam.
Shabbath.
Shabbath.
Akim.
Akim.
Gum.
Gum.
Excuse me. Gum.
Gum.
Yachad.
Yachad.
Kashaman.
Kashaman.
Hatawav.
Hatawav.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Hara'ash.
Hara'ash.
Yerad.
Yerad.
Hazakwan.
Hazakwan.
Zakwan.
Zakwan.
Aharon.
Aharon.
Shayarad.
Shayarad.
Alpanya.
Alpanya.
Marawathiwa.
Marawathiwa.
Kato.
Kato.
Karawan.
Karawan.
Shayarad.
Shayarad.
Ayo.
Ayo.
Hariyah.
Hariyah.
Tazayawan.
Tazayawan.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Sham.
Sham.
Tazawa.
Tazawa.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Af. Habaraka.
Habaraka.
Chayayam.
Chayayam.
Ay.
Ay.
Haywalam.
Haywalam.
Aman.
Aman. This is Psalms chapter 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
Aman.
Aman.
Tawari Yahweh.
Tawari Yahweh.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Bahasham Yahweh Shai.
Aman.
Aman.
All right, circle up. So that finishes prayers. Circle up.
No, man. It's probably outside. Call it.
Men of Israel, I'm Majum. Rock. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakathon. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala. Kum Yashala.
Yadi Matai, turn and face the sisters. Call it.
Saluting out the daughters of Zion, men of Israel. Admajum. Rock.
Yahweh Shema Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shema Hashem Yahushua.
Yadi Matai.
All right, so brothers and sisters online, back to the regularly scheduled program Mondays. Okay, so man, y'all like, share, subscribe. All right, check out our other channel. Y'all know the deal. And let's get this out. Let's do our part and getting the word out. And we will see y'all Monday. Everybody say shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
Shalom.
You're not my father.
Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kind of odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites. Kwam Yashala. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kind of odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites. Kwam Yashala. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kind of odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. We change the truth for God into a lie. In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yasha. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. We change the truth for God into a lie. In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yasha. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. We change the truth for God into a lie. In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yasha. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. We change the truth for God into a lie. In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yasha. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yasha. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yasha. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yasha. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yasha. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yashala. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yashala. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yashala. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie. Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, it's Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's claws, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings. That's Black Jesus and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. Hebrew Israelites, Kwam Yashala. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with